What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Last stream of the day. It's a big one. It is the United Rentals 300 from Daytona International Speedway. Looks like the weather's going to hang out for us, and it's going to be fun. Earlier today, tried to qualify. We had that earlier on the stream. Make sure you go check that out. It was about a 40-minute stream, but the rain came, and some of the drivers qualified. It was going to be one lap. They're only going to do one round of qualifying, but then the rain came, and so now they are lined up as their finishing order of 2024. And Taylor Gray gets the lucky one because he's in the 54, and but he is now up there. So he's in second place. Christian Eckes in third. Now, Christian Eckes, he takes AJ Allmendinger's spot from last year, and because he's in the 16. So the car that was in third place in the championship, not AJ Allmendinger, it's Christian Eckes this year. So, but what's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. We are going to be on the CW today for that and the restarts for MRN Radio. So I hope you guys are ready to have some fun today. We appreciate you being here. Let's get looking in the chat here. Mr. Wilson, what's up? Bronny, what's going on, man? As always, Bronny. Maybe Ryan C can get a win. We'll see what happens. Dennis, what's going on? Emily Cole, what's going on? One world, one goal. Good to see you as well. John, Mark Evans. Who else is here? Danny, One World, Mark, Dennis, Roger, Mark Evans. Thanks for being a member. Grizzly Bear, what's going on? Tommy was here. Beaky, K, Danny. I said Daniel again already. Roger, everybody talking in the pregame chat. I love that y'all are in here talking before the game starts. Unskilled Scout and Michaela in the hospital. Hope she's doing well over there. You can fix it. What's up? What's up? Good to see you, Lincoln Kim. Hello, Alexander. What's going on as well? Eric, hello. Desert Fox, a member as well. Thank you for dropping those twos. Jesse Love, baby. Can he win tonight? We'll see. Will Austin Hill win another Daytona race? We'll see. Mark Evans says, what up, CeeLo? You're much welcome, bro. Thank you for being here, guys. Mike Baker, what's up, CeeLo? Trenton's, what's up? How you doing? 1776 Revival. CW, not streaming for me. Next day only. WTF. Make sure you check it on the app. If you're on the app, it should be live. I believe it's on the app on the live. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Dennis says, let's go race some boys. Hey guys, all the way from Yorkshire, England, UK. Andy 126, good to see you as well. Darwin looking for a good race. Hope so. Hope it'll be a good one. Looks like the weather's going to be perfect from here on out, so looks good for tomorrow. We'll see what happens, but we'll be live tomorrow as well. Little Jack says he picks Justin Allgaier. He's out front. That's a pretty good pick. It's not on the app. Okay, so what is on the app, y'all, is the free cam, so you guys can watch the cams for free. It's like watching the race. The raw feed is all screwy again. Yes, it's got Cup practice at Cup guys and Xfinity guys, so they're trying to figure that out. CJ Channel says, are we going to see a fight Justin Allgaier win tonight? We'll see. Yeah, so I guess it's not showing on the app. I do apologize about that, but we will be bringing it to you for you guys for CW all season long, as we always have. Weird Al Racing today, Cole Trickle says. And let's get to the main screen here, and let's bring in the CW.
With all these sleepers that could possibly win today. We're in Daytona at Daytona International Speedway right now, but how would you like to win an unforgettable trip to Orlando Universal Resort's newest theme park, Epic Universe, opening this May at Universal Epic Universe? You can explore immersive worlds like Celestial Park, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk of Darkness. For your chance to win an unforgettable trip to Universal Orlando Resort and experience Universal Epic Universe for yourself, scan the QR code or visit cwsweeps.com now to enter.
Oh, I didn't get rid of the...
Parker, I don't know about you, Jamie. Yeah. He seems like he is maybe Orlando guy.
He doesn't have kids yet.
Huh?
I don't have kids yet. No, I avoid all that for now, for sure. Unless I wanted Daytona, then I'd go. Like the Daytona 500.
You would?
Yeah, then you go. Yeah, then you want to go.
It's a great area, though. So much to do around here. It's a lot of fun. I've been here for many years. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love it. The racing's not the only thing here.
Yeah, if you don't go to Orlando, though, come to Daytona and experience all the good racing.
Now that's a theme park I like.
Yeah, all right, we got a lot more coming on NASCAR Countdown Live. It is all about the winners here, and Austin Hill knows a thing or two about that. We're going to try to talk to him when NASCAR Countdown Live continues.
I don't like that. All right, so we got about probably 15, 20 minutes. The Nads on CeeLo blows the wife out on Valentine's Day to stream the truck race. Hey, we made some. I have a wife that could care less about Valentine's Day. It's more important to her about other stuff, so I don't have to worry about that. So I picked a good one. One that would let me go to a race on Valentine's Day. What's up, Mosh? Good to see you. Saw you racing earlier today. How'd you do? Who's your money on today, guys? We'll talk about here in just a second. Darlene says, hey, CeeLo, missed you. It's race time. That's right. It is race time. Eric says on TV, cable subscribers can watch it on TV, or you can watch it like Cole on the rabbit ears. What's up, El Kep? Good to see you as well. Appreciate you being here. One Goal says this live here with CeeLo. We all chit chat with and chat while CeeLo talks. He also plays the MRN too. Yeah, we'll do MRN radio as well, and becomes an MVP member. And thank you so much. And maybe next week we'll definitely do some video game time. Next week, we'll see. CW has better graphics and microphones than Fox. I believe that too, Joshua. I agree with you 100% on that. But right now, I like their coverage so far, and they're giving us cams on the CW app, so that's fun to watch.
Some drivers, this is their first experience at Daytona, but it is not for Austin Hill, who knows a thing or two about winning here.
Man.
That's crazy. He has won 3 of these in a row.
So Austin, they're doing a little story here. We're going to pause this right here. But let's go through the field really quick. Let's go through the field as we're going to be ready. The raw feed is not working. It's got, I will show you how messed up NASCAR is. NASCAR's got a whole bunch of crap here. Let me move my screen over here 1 second. Look at all the drivers. Like yesterday, remember during the truck race, they had ARCA drivers in here. They need to do something. They need to do something. I mean, this is just plain out dumb. So there is that. So back to it. Here's Austin Hill talking. Let me see those 21s if you're an Austin Hill fan.
I know a few people have told me that, but you know, it's just another race for us. Going into this race, it's just like any other one. We got to learn early in the race with our Bennett Chevrolet, figure out what runs it can take, what runs it can't take, try to make the right moves at the right time and put ourselves in a position at the end of this thing. But yeah, it's special to be a part of the talk about stuff like that, but we're just here for one thing only, and that's just to win here at Daytona today, and then go to the next one, win the next one, and just keep it rolling this year.
Austin Hill rolls off.
In that light course.
You think Austin Hill's going to run the fastest lap today?
He has a chance.
Yeah.
That's as good a chance as anybody, that's for sure. The RCR car is so fast.
And what's different about this season is that if you do that, it's called the Xfinity Fastest Lap. It's pretty simple, guys. You run the fastest lap during the race, you get that bonus point. Parker, how big could this be for drivers?
I think this could have massive ramifications throughout the entire regular season as you try to plot where you're going to be in the playoffs for sure. And it just adds up. And I think that's the thing about this, that you may not pay attention early on, but eventually these will add up and it will pay off once we get in the playoffs. The other thing is here at the super speedways, Jamie, I think we'll see a very unusual person most likely get the fastest lap.
Yeah, we have a good shot of that. And if you just look at last year, Chandler Smith had 9 fastest laps. That'd be 9 extra points that he would have for the championship season. That could have big implications overall.
Yeah. Well, the grid is more crowded than ever right now, right? Fans are trying to get that last look at their drivers before they climb in. But for the viewers at home, can we give them a VIP pass? Show them the feeling and the energy that it has here. Kim, why don't you take us down the grid?
Oh, it's the Mikey Walter grid
down
walk.
here. We've got Ryan Truex. The last time the Xfinity Series was here, he was in victory lane. But you're going to start from the 33rd position since qualifying was washed out. What's the approach?
Go to the front and stay there. Easy. We'll see.
I love it. Easy, simple. Go to the front and stay there, Dylan.
Well, we found Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the pit road, who's had a busy week between
Jr.,
the Daytona 500
that 8
effort
car,
and
baby.
His 4 Xfinity cars today. So I know this place means a lot to you. It probably never gets old seeing your cars on the racetrack here.
No, man, it's awesome to be in Daytona and have a car in any of the races down here, no matter what it is. And we're excited. We don't really know what to think about our Xfinity program yet. Practice was good, but qualifying got rained out, and that's a bit of a gauge of where we are speed-wise. And we feel like we're better than we were last year, but we'll see. We got a couple rookie drivers behind the wheel. We're going to have
Try to get to 100 likes, y'all. Hit that like for us.
Hopefully we got something for the end. Thank you, Dale. Good luck the rest of this week. Kim?
Well, Matt DiBenedetto is looking stylish
Oreo,
on paper with
baby.
your Viking hat.
Matty
I love
D.
it. But as we talk about the race, how do you balance aggression and patience? We know Vikings are aggressive.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully, we're there at the end when it counts. Got good horsepower under the hood with the ECR engines and switched to Chevrolet. And I really hope that the car is as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and then we'll be at the front
19
when it
subs
counts
to
and driving the front.
29,000.
So, should be good. I mean, I'm excited for this new team. Thankful to Williamsburg Contracting and everything, all the hard work the team's put in over the offseason.
Matt DiBenedetto starts from the 30th position.
Appreciate it, Kim. And now we have to give our picks for the championship. And listen, you could be right this early in the season. So, Jamie, who are you going with? What four are going to make the championship?
25 likes, let's go.
He's
We
gonna
got
go
more
early
than
in the
that.
season to make it
We're
big, but
100. Thank
you
you.
got to put Justin Allgaier on the list for sure. Last year's champion. He's going to be the favorite heading in. I have Sheldon Creed on that list as well. We talked about him not getting a win yet. I think that
Game time,
happens.
negative squirrel.
Jesse Love, I mean, such a talent. He's going to be in the championship for. And I also have Austin Hill.
Yeah.
That's wow. You went
I
on
don't
a limb
know. I've
with
never
that
seen
one.
her before, Jake.
Here, I'm gonna join. I'm
I
gonna
came
join
to
you.
win. I didn't come to be nice.
That's true. Thank you. Okay, well then I'm going to join you on that limb. I'm going to take Austin Hill. I'm going to put Jesse Love in there. I'm going to put Christian Eckes.
Okay.
And I'm going to put, I don't know, maybe Justin Allgaier? How about that? We'll just maybe stack the deck a little bit for me. But I did have one rookie in there.
So that's the broad picture on the season. Let's talk about dark horses and picks for the race today. Who do you like, Parker?
All right, so my pick for a winner, I just put in my championship for. That's Jesse Love. It was just Valentine's Day yesterday. Love is in the air. I think he can get it done. He won at Talladega last year. He had the pole at many super speedways, and he told me, though, I never won from the pole at a
Michaela.
super speedway. Now he starts ninth. He likes that position to start. For my dark horse, Ryan Sieg. The guy wants to win
Sieg.
so badly.
Yeah.
He is working so hard in the offseason. That team has moved to Mooresville,
That was
North
shocking,
Carolina.
man.
From Georgia. They're putting all the resource and effort to try and win here.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb for my winner, and I'm going to go with Austin Hill. He's won the last three in February,
My
so I'll
goodness.
go ahead and
This
just
guy.
take him right now.
These are layups.
For my dark horse, I'm going with Brennan Poole. He's been so close to being able to win. Actually, won one of these and had it taken away. I think he's the guy that can maybe get it done today.
Wouldn't know what that feels like.
Yeah, right. He's Parker Klickerman Jr. How's that sound?
All right, guys, you got to get to the booth. The Xfinity Series race is coming up here. We got the green flag on deck, and of course, a lot more coming here from Daytona International Speedway on CW Sports.
All right, so let's go through the field first, and then we'll give you your picks. We'll get your picks in. Justin Allgaier's on the pole, Taylor Gray, Christian Eckes, Austin Hill, William Swalowich, and that 18 Toyota. That's going to be a strong one. Sheldon Creed, can he get it done? Can he never be a bridesmaid anymore? Brendan Jones, man, that 20 car. Remember that 20 car last year? Sam Mayer, where is our girl? Sam Mayer, I see you, Sam Mayer. Jesse Love in that number 2, Quaffle in that number 1, Nick Sanchez now in that 48 Chevrolet, where Parker Reslaff used to be. Danny Dimes, another rookie in that 10 car, that Chevrolet. Sammy Smith in the DEI number 8, looking good. Ryan Sieg in 39. Justin Bornzor in the 19, the new guy in there for the Toyota. Greg Van Alt in the 35. Chris Wright, new driver for Our Motorsports. Our good friend Tom out there. No more fast pasta. Brennan Poole in 18th. Dean Thompson 19th. Connor Zillich, watch this car. That number 20th. 21st, Josh Williams. Jeb Burton 22nd. Kyle Sieg 23rd. Ryan Ellis 24th. Jeremy Clements 25th. Blaine Perkins 26th. Anthony Alfredo, fast pasta with the dude wipes in that 42 Chevrolet. Parker Retzlaff in that 4 Chevrolet. Josh Balicki. Matt Benedetto in that Viking Chevrolet. Garrett Smithley in that 14. Remember, he had the fastest qualifying until rain came in, so we'll watch that car. Harrison Burton, AM Racing. He is my dark horse tonight. Ryan Truex, he actually made the field. Leland Honeyman, Patrick Ermling, Cesar Picarla, Joey Gase, and Jordan Anderson. So there is your lineup tonight. Let me see. Holly B, I see you. There it is, Holly. See you, Holly. There you go. Good to see you, Holly B. See you, Holly. All right, let's pick your picks here. I'm going with Sammy Smith, and that DEI number 8 returns to victory lane, and my dark horse is going to be Harrison Burton. Who you got? Let me see in here right now. All right, here we go. Mark says my picks are the 7, 18, 39, Allgaier, Creed, and Sieg. Michaela's got the 7 for Allgaier. Good to see you, Holly. Clayton's got the 4. How about yellows? We'll do those in a little bit, Trenton. Let me see who you got your picks. Who you are. Here we go. Weird Al. So Dark Horse, the 32 for Jake. Weird Al and that 27 Amish Paradise Resort sponsor. Okay. I can't watch Xfinity races because the CW refuses to show the races on my area. If you have YouTube TV, you get to watch it. Roger says the 7 and the 88. Cheryl's going the 7. Jeanette's going the 7. Vicky's got the 8. Jacob's got the Allgaier. Justin and Allgaier. Go Sheldon Creed, go. Danny's got 7 Allgaier. I want to go Sheldon Creed for the win and Ryan Sieg for the Dark Horse for Brawny. All right. Mike Baker for the 54 with Taylor Gray. 88 for Connor Zillage for William. 21 wins in the Fast Pasta, Trenton says. 2 in the 8 for Desert Fox. 7 for Tim Fowler. 7 for CJ. 2 in the 21 are your picks for John. 39 and the 44 is Dark Horses. Martin says Creed gets Haas in victory lane with that. Hey, that 00 wasn't no joke last year. It took old Cole Custard to the victory lane a lot of times. CeeLo, did my membership go through? Yes, it's worked. You're working for it. Welcome back to the membership. John says the 21 and the 8. Little Jack picks Justin Allgaier and Jesse Love. If you have YouTube and still nothing, that's weird. That's definitely weird. What's up, Link and Mr. Kim? Thank you, Alvarez, for subscribing. Alvarez Dixie. Big Parker Retzlaff winning come today. Thank you guys for your picks.
Oh, he starts from the 8th position. Love that, Kim. And listen, all Justin Allgaier had to do was win the championship to be on the pole here to start Daytona International Speedway, the Xfinity race here on the season. But he said it's kind of weird. I actually wanted to qualify here to show that we could actually be good here at qualifying. He said that he just wants to win here, right? He wants to take this pole
Brown,
to stay
21,
up front. He said, I got to figure
54.
out how to stay up front, and I got a lot of friends to do it with. And as
The
we get ready
00
to start
is Sheldon
today's
Creed.
pre-race ceremonies, we have Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes and honor the privilege to serve those who serve.
All the selfless men and women who gave their lives for this great country.
Appreciation to those fallen service members and their families. Together, we remember them all. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Osceola High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome Daytona Beach native Reverend Tyrese Manigault.
Let us pray. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, we pause now and we take this moment to say thank you. We thank you for your grace. We thank you for your mercy. And we thank you now that we can see this wonderful day that you have created. We now pause and we ask now for your protection, your provision for every driver, for every crew member, every fan and spectator, every person gathered here today as we witness this great spectacle known as racing. We thank you now that we have an opportunity to enjoy the richness of life and the fullness there within. We ask you now to grant us the ability to enjoy everything that this day has to offer. And we pray now that you continue to bless us, bless our troops, bless our nation, and bless our entire world. It is in the name of Jesus we pray all of these things. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Lindsey Bowman.
You know what to do, guys.
Let's hear it from
Golden Corral has supported our veterans for over 2 decades through Military Appreciation Nights, providing meals to veterans and active duty service members at no cost, and it's proud to host Camp Corral, fun-packed camps around the country for the children of wounded, ill, injured, or fallen military members. It truly is a special.
You should go to T-Mobile. You can trade in a broken phone, and they'll give you a brand new.
All right, folks, we are ready for some racing. Now let's pick our cautions. How many cautions? It's going to be up there so you can see it. How many cautions do you have for this race? Let me see who you got. Cautions. Let me see who you have. You're welcome, Sandra. I'm going to go, 8 has been a normal for me. I'm going to go 8 cautions. 8 for me, 13 for Mike, 8 for Butterfly, 8 for Trenton, 7 for C. Brown, 5 for Tim, 9 for Chad, 9 for Jake, 7 for Lloyd, 8 for Mike, 6 for Clayton, 5 for Hugh. Robert has 8. Excellent, Danny says. 9 for Christopher, 9 for Michaela, 10 for Cole, 8 for John, 6 for Mike, 7 for Cheryl, 5 for Vicky. Martin says 17 subscriptions for 2 pies. Let's go. 9 for Scott, 9 for Roger, 7 for Larry, 6 for Mark, 9 for Blaze Gaming, 9 for Eric, 8 for Richard. Glenwood says 5, like 8 cautions for Martin. A lot of people thinking the same today. It'll be awesome when the Thunderbirds fly over tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll have that right here for you guys. 5 for Philip. Dismate says 3. 143 likes. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes before the green flag. We'll see if we can get there to that. Let's see. I say 5 for Clinton, 6 for M&M's Racing, 6 for Bronny. All right, let's see what else you got. Anybody else? Anybody else? Clinton says 5 probably. Lincoln Kim says 7. Mr. C, where does Creed start? He is, I'll have to look for it again. Muted on the CW. Well, I don't know what's going on with the CW. It was muted there for a second, but it should be working now. Danny says 6. BG3 says 12. And we're ready to have some fun. So got your cautions in. We got our dark horses. We got our picks. Now just hang tight and have fun here on the channel, y'all. I'm going to switch mine, CeeLo, from 13 to 11. Mike D says, okay, good deal. Here the race, and we're ready to go. Said 7 cautions. I picked the 4 car for Retzlaff, but would like to see Junior Motorsports in Victory Lane. I got Sammy Smith in that DEI 8 in Victory Lane with our dark horse is going to be Harrison Burton. I don't feel too good about the Harrison Burton one, but what the heck. We'll see. Austin Hill, a pretty good pick there, Lloyd. Pretty good pick for Austin Hill. Evening from the UK. Mike, thank you for being here. Derek says 10. Daytona will have 8. That many race cars. That's right. It's been a wreck fest today at Daytona. Hopefully it doesn't continue today. 9 cautions for Mike. So thank you guys so much for all being here. Remember on lap 3, we're going to honor Dale Sr. And on the CW app is free webcams, y'all. Free webcams on the CW app. If you would like to watch those, they are free to anybody that wants to watch them. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So Mr. C, 00 still a Ford? Yes, it's still a Ford. Tim says the 2 is his dark horse with Jesse Love. DI 8, not bad, CeeLo. Yeah, I'm going with DEI number 8. Take it back to Victory Lane. Yes, the 00 and the 41 are still Ford. So on the CW app is the free app cams. It's Jesse Love, Austin Hill, Christian Eckes, Daniel Dye, and Jeb Burton. So those are your cameras today. They're not on NASCAR.com. They are on the CW. I'm thinking we might have overtime cautions. We'll see. I'm not the same without you showing the races. I know, Michael. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Bo. We didn't really show the races last year. We showed what was on the webcams, and those webcams are not available now. But I'm not sure about these with CW. Not too sure about that yet. My dark horse is the 39, Ryan Sieg. Connor Z is my dark horse. Dropping back to Xfinity will be great for Harrison, just like it was for Custer. All right, let's go. Ready to go. Race time.
Austin Hill, he's going for a 4th straight here today. I asked him why these drafting tracks suit his racing style so well. He said, I'm aggressive, but I'm not dirty. The team, they know they have a fast race car. Their biggest challenge, though, who will be willing to work with Austin? He said the closer to the end of the race, the fewer the friends he seems to have, Dylan.
Well, and Cam, a rookie in the NASCAR Xfinity Series is William Sawalich, but he's been busy so far this weekend. Finished 9th in the Truck Series race last night, 2nd in the ARCA race earlier this weekend. Talked to crew chief Jeff Mindering about all that he's doing. He said, I like that Williams running it all. He's going to be comfortable with the track. and in a pack by our race here tonight. Of course, that's the name of the game here, being comfortable. Sawalich is just 18 years old, but already a two-time champion in ARCA. He's ready to tackle the high banks of Daytona for the first time in an Xfinity car tonight.
And Sawalich, part of a stacked rookie class, the largest ever in the series with 8 full-time series. And before we get going today, let's go trackside to get the engines fired.
Daytona International Speedway, are you ready to get the Xfinity Series United Rentals 300 started? Here to give the command to fire engines, President and Chief Executive Officer of United Electric, Joe Kellums.
Drivers, start your engines!
Thanks for the subs. Ah, it's such a good hearing. 9 to go.
We are just about to get the Xfinity Series season underway. The guys are in the booth.
For me, it's the CW channel 19.2.
Started at Daytona, and we will do that when the CW comes back.
All right, we're getting ready to go here, racing, boys and girls. Appreciate you hanging out. And let's see here if I can do something here. Left 300. Trying something here. Just see. I'm just curious. 400, 500. We do it this way. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Love that sound, don't you? Exactly. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me three. So just waiting here. Cars will be rolling here in just a second. Can't find the CW on YouTube TV. It should be on there if it's available in here. I know a lot of people last year had an issue last year with it. So 700. 750. On up. How many ad breaks? Oh my gosh, I know, right? Not as bad as you're welcome, Streamlabs, Connor. Hope everybody's ready to have some fun. It's not on any app. The race is not on the, but the free cams are. The free cams are on the app. You guys can watch the cams for free. They're on the cams for free. Trying to see if I can get this. Do you need to ask? Was ready for 25 racing season right after the 24-hour race. Exactly. All right. The cars are rolling, y'all. The cars are rolling. Free cams, but no race. That's right. So you can watch the cams at least for free. At least that they're helping you out there. At least they're helping you out there. Remember on lap 3, we're going to honor Dale Sr. Lap 3, we're going to honor Dale Sr. Come on. Here we go. Oh, music. Turn it off. Music. Why does it do that? Is it locked? No. Won't let me. They just had a commercial break right now, y'all. Get it out of the way. Maybe that's the problem. All right, here we go.
You can't beat race day.
And it's the dude from Fox Sports.
Welcome
he has come over from the CW.
Of the NASCAR Xfinity Series opener at Daytona. Brought to you by Celsius.
They won't let me move it.
Live fit. So good to have you with us on this Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the broadcast booth with the Daytona 500 champion, Jamie McMurray, and the man that's made the playoffs the last 2 years in the Xfinity Series, Parker Kligerman. I'm Adam Alexander. We got 33 races ahead. Let's be patient with each other, okay?
Good plan, Adam.
Hey, let's rewind 15 years. You win the 500. Describe the magic for a driver winning at this place.
You know, guys, I've been fortunate enough to race so many different types of cars here, whether
Holly
it's
B,
karts
we lost my stepdad, who was a huge Dale Senior and Junior fan in December. And I had him a Dale Senior made. Now he's watching Daytona with Dale Senior today. That's right.
Of their career, if they're able to get to victory lane, and it's a memory that you'll never forget. To go to victory lane here at Daytona means more than anywhere else that we go.
Jamie, I got to feel that
well,
last night.
you came really close. How does that sound?
Yeah, I felt that last night. Obviously, it was one of the biggest wins of my career. And we talk about Daytona being the biggest in the Cup Series. It's the biggest for the Xfinity Series. It's the biggest for the Truck Series. These are the highest paid races of the year, the biggest crowds. I felt that win of Daytona. Saw the World Center racing above me. I couldn't believe it. Unfortunately, we had some issues in post-race tech, but I believe we have a very valid case to make in our appeal, which will come on Tuesday. I look forward to keeping that win.
We have talked about the two of you on track at Daytona. Now let's talk about the drivers on track today. Give me someone to watch.
All right, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, but he's a speedway savant. That is Austin Hill. Some term him as a bully, but this guy at the Super Speedways is the one to watch because of what he mentioned in the pre-race. His aggression. He just gets to the front. He takes runs. He doesn't relinquish the front when he gets there, and he will make you work for it. If you want to get by him, he will be the show here today as long as that car's still running.
Well, Parker went with the obvious. I'm going to go with a rookie, and I'm going to go with Connor Zilic. Everything that Connor has gotten in for the last 12 months, he's been able to win in, and he dominates races. You think back to Watkins Glen, sets in the pole, dominates that race.
For some reason.
We knew that he would be good at road courses. What I was impressed with last year, though, was how he did on the ovals. Two top fives in 3 of his oval starts. This kid is the real deal.
That lazy slide at Kansas when he was able to hang on.
He has the car.
Tighten those belts one more time.
Qualifying rained out earlier today. That puts our reigning champ, Justin Allgaier, on the pole. Let's look now.
Thanks for subbing.
At our Celsius
this
starting
should take
grid.
us over the hump.
Yeah, you see right here, Taylor Gray going to be on the front row. Our champ, Justin Allgaier, obviously starting first. Sheldon Creed, though, is someone you see in row 3 I have my eye on today. William Zawalek, one of our rookies.
Right, and they have Carson Koppel back there, one of the rookies as well at the end of that road.
29,000.
And then as we go into the second road, row 7, Ryan Sieg, a dark horse for me. Nick Sanchez, my old ride in row 6. And Connor Zilic, as you mentioned, back in row 10, starting 20th. He's only ever done a truck race at Talladega.
Thank you, Kerry, for being number 29,000.
You see Jeff Burke, 2 Super Speedway wins, both at Talladega, but this track's fairly similar. Blaine Perkins right there in row 13. Jeremy Clements has a win in the Xfinity Series. Matt DiBenedetto, I think he could be the story today if he's able to win. It's a great comeback story for Matt.
That'd be a great Cinderella story. We'd love to see it. And back here, we got some heavy hitters. Harrison Burton, that new redemption ride, as we're calling it. Ryan Truex in row 17, who won here back in the summer. He wants to prove he can do it in a non-Joe Gibbs racing car. And for Sam Hunt, that would be absolutely massive. And Jordan Ensign, the team owner who's also racing back there at the back of the field.
You know, Richard Childress Racing has got quite a history at Daytona. 9 wins in the Xfinity Series, the best of anyone all time. Let's hear from their second-year driver, Jesse Love, rolls 9th today, Jamie.
Hey, Jesse,
Thank you so much.
Mack, the guys up in the CW booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, I know we're getting ready to go racing here, but I talked to your crew chief, Danny Stockman. He told me your game plan for the race. You're starting 9th. I want to know what your plan is from the driver's seat.
I mean, just try to lead every lap. I mean, that's how you stay away from the big one, and that's where you're the safest. So, got all the power in the world. Got a great crew chief, race spotter. Got all the tools to make it happen. Got a pit crew to keep me up front. So, gonna go try to execute today, make smart decisions, and get out front. And I think that's the safest place to be.
Sounds like a perfect plan. Parker's been up here building you up, so we'll all be watching you. Good luck today. I like his chances.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, PK.
Oh, I might have screwed
He's
up.
going to be a big player today, no doubt about it. Before we go green, let's hear from our pit reporters. We start things off with Kim Kuhn. Hello, Kim.
Well, Ryan Truex is the most recent winner here, and he joked on the grid that to replicate that, he just got to take it to the front. But in all seriousness, he told me that last year he learned the level of aggression needed to win these races. In this race last year, he was too conservative, he said.
The CW app, it's for free. What's up,
he was
Roger?
the most
Good to see
aggressive
you.
from start to finish he's ever been
Free
in a
for you
race.
guys.
If he wins today, Dylan, it'll give Sam Hunt Racing their first series win.
Well, Kim, another one of the highly touted rookie classes, Carson Quaffle. He raced at Talladega last year, so has some laps at Super Speedway. place, but acknowledge there are some differences between the two.
These cams
Their
are
plan
free.
today is also get to the front as quickly and efficiently as they can. He and crew chief Andrew Overstreet feel like that's the safest place to be. They both mentioned banking some points today is the ultimate goal. Carla, the best way to do that is at the front of the field.
And every driver is going to be vying for this trophy right here at the end of the night. This is what they want to hoist up, and hey, you get a cool hard hat as well. But not only that, if you win this race, you get to start your season with the most points, the most money. And listen, you might not run well the rest of the season. You win at Daytona, though, and it covers up a lot. So every driver wants to be in victory lane at the end of the night, but it's more about the setup for the rest of the season,
You
guys.
get the points, you get the money, and you lock yourself into the playoffs. That would be nice, as we're only in the month of February. Closed captioning for this race is brought to you by Tableau TV. Pay once,
here we go.
Watch forever.
If you're not first, you're last. Have an antenna you can watch. That's right, Brian.
Start of this race.
Can we win a date with her?
7 radio. Here's the reigning champ.
All right, Allgaier.
I know it's taken a lot away from you guys this week, but I appreciate all the effort. This off season's been amazing. Title going for number 2 starts today, boys.
Hey, you missed you guys. What's up?
I love a good pep talk right before it's
Oh, yeah.
And I think that choice of taking the top, look who's behind him.
Trying to see if it's time.
Hill. That's who you want to be pushing right at the start. It could have been Chris Neckis, a rookie. Instead, he takes the veteran, of course.
It's not
a rookie. It's a rookie.
CeeLo, you're busy today. We are, CeeLo.
Champion on the outside, who's closing on 500 career starts on the inside. A 19-year-old rookie racing at Daytona for the first time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
All right, here we go.
The nerves and jitters prior to racing at Daytona. Pace car is in. It's time for Xfinity action on the CW. We are green at Daytona.
Let's go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. I forgot to do the green flag.
Here we go, green flag. Boogity, boogity. Here we go, green flag. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Top lane forming up real quickly. They all left Taylor Gray there to dry. All moving to the top. And you see that top lane forming. It was the 3 veterans, Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, and Christian Eckes thoughts. Hey,
what we're watching is the free cams on AP on the CW.
Because you see they got in right behind him. It's going to surge back forward. Speedway racing is.
We won't leave it on like we used to, but we'll go back and forth.
Best position.
Austin Hill.
You saw those guys go to the top. He stayed calm. You see now they're getting back to start finish line. He has a good chance of actually leading this lap.
Get out the crystal ball, look into the future,
right? The future in this,
see
for sure.
what's happening around the next corner.
First lap.
Well, one thing, Adam, you'll see here is you'll start to see cars dipping out.
Justin Allgaier.
That's you're just getting your bearings. Remember, most of these drivers have not drafted.
Let's go, Allgaier.
This is the first time
Austin Hill, Creed.
And Jamie, you know, your sight lines are all messed up, and suddenly you're trying to get your bearings. There's a car right in front of you. You can't really see, and so you'll see more wiggling, more moving right now early on the race. Our drivers just try to sort out, okay, what's my car? Where do I need to be looking? And that's what you'll start to see is it'll calm down.
5 cautions. Awesome, David.
It'll take 10 or 15 laps for those guys to kind of get in a groove, be comfortable with how hard they're going to push, with the spotters just communicating with them. You're a long ways from the car when you're spotting here at Daytona.
See what happens here.
Use some binoculars to do that, but it takes a little while to get in your comfort zone.
All right, here we go. Lap 3.
Camera. We're riding with Jesse Love tucked up behind
Let me see those threes, y'all, as we honor Dale Sr. every lap 3 on our channel.
You know, Taylor.
And there he is.
Threes.
Let me see it.
Threes.
Threes.
Right behind him. He doesn't have any starts either here. He did run the truck race, the Harker race, did well in both of those today. But he's just trying to learn right now. If I'm William Zawalich, I want to get in behind Austin Hill. I want to get in behind Justin Allgaier. Somebody that has experience. I'm going to stay behind them for a lot today, and I'm going to try to learn of when they make a decision, when they don't make a decision, because there's so many things that happen in this type of racing that maybe don't make sense in the moment, and then 20 seconds later, you're like, I get it. I understand why we're doing that now.
Bottom left in our bumper, you see the breakdown, stage, and race. When it comes to laps, opening stage is 30 laps long.
Thank you guys for that.
You don't have to make a pit stop. Everybody would be expected to run to the caution at the end of the opening stage before they hit pit road. And the rookie getting after it in that inside lane, the 54 black and yellow Toyota Taylor Gray.
And that three Toyotas on the bottom started to surge there as the Chevys up top just lost their sort of connection and lost a bit of their energy. And Jamie, you alluded to sort of trying to figure it out as we watch Austin
Still use a 3 candy tin
of Justin Allgaier. This is classic bump drafting. We've seen at Daytona forever. He'll release him as he gets into the corner. But one of the things you're trying to figure out for the rookies is the Xfinity car drafts in a very unique way. It generates runs that take a while. They take time to come together, and when you get those runs, you start to realize you most likely have to take them because they're few and far between. They're hard to generate, and that's one of the things especially these rookies are starting to figure out as they run around here.
Riding with Christian Eckes, our Celsius onboard camera, making his first ever Xfinity start here today. So far, so
all right, appreciate you hanging out. It is commercial break time. Thanks so much for hanging with us on the go at CeeLo. We appreciate you hanging out on the go at CeeLo. Every Xfinity race will be here on our channel on the CW all year long. So it's not on Fox or NBC. It's on the CW all the way till Phoenix. So I hope you guys are hitting that like for us. Hit that subscribe. We're trying to get to 300 likes. Trying to get there. 300 likes as we are on lap 5 of 30 in stage 1, 5 of 120 complete tonight. And look, there's a caution already. Jeez, what the heck? They like to go wreck under cautions. What's the 300 likes? Let's go. Let's hit it. Let's hit it, y'all. 300 likes under the cautions. And the app, the in-car cameras have commercials on them, so they're free to everybody. So make sure you check that out on that too. The 20 spun. Oh, no. Melanie, thanks for the rookie member. Oh, look at that. There goes the 20. Brandon Jones first start here. And, I could have had the MRN radio on.
The couple of other cars go spinning to the infield along with Carson Quapple. About a half a dozen cars involved in an incident halfway up the back straightaway initiated by Brandon Jones. It looks like everybody is able to pull away except for Brandon. Carson Quapple sporting some damage on his Junior Motorsports Chevrolet. There's one other car to the inside of the racetrack against the inside wall. That is Daniel Dye.
William Sawalich gets a piece. We are under the caution flag for the first time in the United Rentals 300. It happens at lap number 5. Kyle Rickey.
Thank you so
much. Things were going so well until they weren't in front of you a half a lap ago.
And it doesn't take long for it to go so bad, as we saw just a moment ago. Maybe a push or a push gone bad here halfway up the back straightaway turned Brandon Jones into the outside wall. Connor Zilich got a piece of it. He is now limping back to the inside of the speedway along with Daniel Dye, who remains the only car here on the back straightaway.
Jeffrey, Greg, Christine, Mike D.
Caution flag number 1 flying, coming out at lap number 5. A mini crash on the back straightaway slows us for the first time in the afternoon.
Good morning, guys.
All right, so a crash. Brandon Jones taking that 20 hot rod to the wall, taking out a bunch of cards. Brandon Jones is good at wrecking, Martin says. Apparently he can't handle that hot rod. Oh, man. That sucks for Danny Dye. His first race in this big truck, in this car, and that sucks for him. And the raw feed is not working tonight. For some reason, it's all mixed up, so we got to look at this again. So to watch anything, we have to leave here and go to CW. Exactly, Laurie. That's it. That's how it is. We don't show the broadcast. What you were watching is the live cams on the CW app, which is free to anybody that wants to watch. So anybody wants to watch them, you can watch them for free. At least it's something to watch other than nothing. So thank you guys for that. Brandon Jones will wreck every week. I guess he can't handle the speed of that 20, huh? Everybody else could. Everybody else could.
On the backstretch here, he's going to get a bad bump. So it's Jesse Love behind him. Now, I don't know, Jamie, if it was quite a checkup that occurred. So we'll take a look here.
Yeah, you see he's offset. Now he got centered back up right there. It's that they got checked up in front of him, and Jesse Love doesn't
We're trying to get to 300 likes, y'all.
Trying to get to the back bumper and give a push. And listen, it's lap 5, lap 6 of the race. You're kind of then starting to get a little bit more aggressive. You want to get your lane to go forward. And he just got into the back of Brandon, and you see turned him into the outside wall. Got Carson Quapple as well. A lot of the rookies got caught up in this. I think
Daniel Dye.
Yeah, this has collected a lot of rookies. It looked like Connor Zilich maybe got away with it, having just put 4 tires on, little front end damage. But this is the thing that you'll hear a lot of the spotters talk about as well. is that they'll give you the distance in front of you with the car that's in front to the back, basically trying to give you the idea that you can't push that car in front of you. But this checkup happened so quick.
Yeah,
I don't think he
CW working fine for me.
Actually, with Justin Allgaier
Grateful
on the front row.
Dad,
He got a little
$10.
loose and checks up, and then
Thank you,
just
Grateful
like
Dad. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to the race. You're welcome.
It's magnified, and that's when someone ends up getting turned. The savior of this wreck for a lot of guys like Harrison Burton is that that's all paved now and not grass.
This is our race to stop suicide onboard camera. You're riding with Daniel Dye.
You see it on the left here, that bright yellow car, Brandon Jones.
Did he die?
Oh, it's just,
man, right into him.
It takes so little, such a small bump and a compression like that to just upset the race car. There's nothing Brandon Jones could do.
I like Danny Dimes.
Under caution early at Daytona. Several cars involved on the back straightaway. You're watching.
All right.
Well, and they had some right side damage on his Ford Mustang, but they've sent him back out on the racetrack, and he's kind of assessing to see if there's any suspension issues with Harrison Burton as well. So Harrison Burton and Brendan Poole, the two on this end.
Chris Wilner, any cars that had damage make their way in front of you?
Connor Zilic got a piece of it on his Junior Motorsports Chevrolet. They came down one time, put 4 fresh tires on it. Actually, the hose got stuck up underneath the car, so they had to pull a secondary hose to get the tires changed, sent him on his way. He's going to come back down this time to evaluate the damage. This feels like it's primarily on the nose, but he says it drives well. Crew Chief Marty Lindley, who was with Sam Mayer the last couple of years, said, we are on the DVP, so we cannot have any more over-the-wall adjustments after this one. So they're going to evaluate this next time down for Connor Zilic, but that's the extent of it, just the front-end damage.
And Brandon Jones was in front of Alan Cavana.
Brandon Jones was able to drive the car back to the pit, but there's just way too much damage. The front, the nose completely crunched in, so he's already out of the car, and they've towed it away from pit road. Connor Zilic, Carson Quapple, the other Junior Motorsports car, the number 1, took a lot of damage. The wheels are up, the wheels are straight, but it has no bumper, so some extensive damage they have to fix. The team is prepped. They have the bumper, they have the equipment, but they're going to have to spend some lengthy time on pit road to get that done. A short day for some. Daniel Dye, Brandon Jones out of the race, 8 laps in.
Do you have an unused?
Man, guess he just couldn't handle it, huh? Hit that like for us, y'all. We're trying to get to 300 likes. 300 likes here on our Xfinity race today. Coming up tomorrow, the Great American Race, the Daytona 500, right here on our channel. We hope to see you right here. 11:45 East Central will be going live. 11:45 Central. Green flag is at 12:30. 12:30. So pre-race ceremonies, all that stuff, pre-race ceremonies, everything will be on his channel at 12:30 tomorrow, or 11:45 to 12:30. Then the race will start. So hope you guys will be ready to have that with us. We'll have a good time there tomorrow as well. But appreciate all the love here today. As if you guys want to watch the cams, they're on the CW app. This is free right here. This is free to everybody. The CW. You can watch it for free. Dave Black 60. Thanks for being here. Anybody have a stream link to watch the race? But there it is. They have four cams. Jesse Love, Christian Eckes, Daniel Dye, well, he's out. And I guess we can't go back and watch it. Let's see here. Look at Christian Eckes. Thank you, Fleeced, becoming an MVP member. Fleeced, thank you so much, Fleeced, for being a... And thank you for the gifted memberships, Lone Wolf. Was it Lone Wolf? Lone Wolf, did you do that? Gifted memberships, the $2 super chat, the $10 super chat for Grateful Dad. Who gave the membership? Was it you, Lone Wolf? No, yes, it was Lone Wolf. Everybody tell Lone Wolf thank you as well for the gifted memberships. Lone Wolf, thank you, man. You're always come through. Always for that. I guess they don't have scanners. They just have the audio here.
W Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Celsius. Live fit. Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance.
Jesse Love. Jesse Loves Cam. It's free.
And by Credit One.
Free on the CW.
NASCAR American Express card.
Got CW app, but no race on it. Yeah, they're not going to have the regular broadcast. They'll have the cams on it, though.
Out on the
new leader, Austin Hill.
You're in luck. You can now enter the CW's Epic Sweeps for your chance to win an unforgettable trip to Universal Orlando Resort.
And scroll through the love here. Jesse Love at 8th.
Park, opening May 22nd,
Swallowich in 7th.
Scan the QR code.
Anytime you want me to scroll through the lineup, let me know.
.com now to enter. Early caution. At least 9 cars involved in that incident on the back straightaway.
Yeah, and if you survived that, Parker, I always was like, okay, I've missed the big one. Now we can race. Everybody's going to take a deep breath and hopefully, be a little more conscious. We'll find out if that's the case today.
It's like a reset. If you survived, right? You kind of get this chance to catch your breath.
Where can I find a broadcast of the race? Terrible shocker. I'm sure you can find it.
You start to evaluate what
if you're in Canada, you can't watch. Nate Man says.
It's a chance to sort of look back and give yourself some critiques, and that helps for the drivers that were involved. As you look at Jeff Burton's trying to avoid the sun right here, that will be something as we go later into this race. The sun gets really bad off turn 4 here at Daytona.
It does, and you have to have a clear visor because it's going to end in the dark. So you got to kind of be planned for that. We're going to take another look at this replay again from Jeff Burton's view. Watch him try to. Oh, it's so close right there for him.
The dog finds his way through.
He feels like he did it all. That's right.
Maybe this is his year because last year I felt like he was involved in every crash.
Oh, it's a big hit right there. It's incredible to see the hits, especially on the headrest.
Poor Danny died.
All the small
Thanks for the sub, y'all. Appreciate it.
And you see their head bounce
Thanks so much. Keep hitting that subscribe. You're going to get 2 pies to the face tomorrow.
The of these hits, and they can look sort of mundane from the outside occasionally, and the car absorbs so much of the impact, but no matter what, the driver is taking a brunt of that impact each and every time. It's just something you have to feel.
Now let's get tonight's golden moment, brought to you by Golden Corral, courtesy of the Golden Corral on-court camera. What a move. It was worth a second look, right?
Do you think in that golden moment
this is Christian Eckes?
Because I think
Christian
Eckes.
Eckes.
When you think you're going to hit, I never wanted to see the wreck, so I would
Christian
shut up,
Eckes.
and then I would open one to see if I made it.
Are you sure you want to be admitting that right now?
I'm done. I'll admit everything now.
You're closing your eyes to the race car?
CW is a local station. It's on regular cable. It's on air cable.
Yeah.
Not even on cable. It's on the rabbit ears.
I wanted to pull the Jeff Burton there and have the seats part in front of me and allow myself out.
The one thing that's a little deceiving from those in-cars is that...
All right, we're going to go to MRN Radio for the call.
You can't see as much as you
Finish
can
the season opener in 37th, and Daniel Dye will finish 38th.
When the field gets back to the line and receives the green flag, they'll do it at lap 11, and that will leave 19 laps remaining in the opening stage here this afternoon in the United Rentals 300. Let's hope, Alex, that everybody's gotten this out of their system.
Thank you, Big
and
J.
we can settle in and get some good NASCAR Xfinity Series racing under our belts.
Yeah, things just simply got bottlenecked on the inside lane off turn number 2, and it's an accordion effect trying to stand on the brakes, and you can't do it in time all the way towards the back of the draft. Here we go. Back to the restart zone. Green flag goes in the air. We are racing again at Daytona. Justin Allgaier on the inside lane. He has got a trunk full of Christian Eckes on the inside. Outside, it is Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed, the second place car, elected to go to the outside behind Austin Hill, handing Justin Allgaier the inside of the front row, and he may take advantage of that with some drafting help from Christian Eckes. Here they come off turn 2. Allgaier to the lead.
It's Allgaier by a half a car length over Austin Hill, who gets the shove in that outside lane from Sheldon Creed. Here they come, 2 by 2, up the long back straightaway. Outside lane advances as the inside lane falls apart at the front.
The advantage goes to Austin Hill on a turn number 3. He's got Sheldon Creed in a Ford lined up behind him on the outside lane. Third in line on the outside, that's Taylor Gray.
First car on the inside is Justin Allgaier. He was in a battle for the lead. Now he's falling back into a side-by-side battle for third. But behind Allgaier, you've got the car of Christian Eckes, and you've got others stacked up down on the inside as they try to make their way back to the front.
Eckes fell off Justin Allgaier's back bumper as they entered into turn number 3. He'll do the same here in turn number 1. So Allgaier will stall out in a side-by-side battle for second with Sheldon Creed.
Allgaier hangs on to, or trying to take the top spot away with drafting help from Christian Eckes, but it's the outside lane again with that momentum up the Daytona Superstretch, led by Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed.
Outside lane for the moment appears to be the fast lane. It's still led by the machine of Austin Hill. His blue and white Chevy Camaro leads the pack back to the front straightaway.
They do. That outside lane right now continues to have the more cars in line in the draft, but the bottom side is hanging tough down there. There's a lot of these drivers still just not willing to give up the ghost at the bottom. Sam Mayer's in that bottom line as well, going to 1.
Inside lane is physically shorter,
NASCAR
but that outside lane does
things like
enable
other
the car to carry
motorsports have.
more
You're right,
momentum.
Fleece.
Justin Allgaier trying to scrap his way up into a battle for the lead, sliding down to block the advances. Austin Hill.
Slowly but surely trying to make his way up to the top spot is Justin Allgaier, but that stalls out just a bit here, halfway up the back straightaway as Austin Hill again propels out front by 2 car lengths.
Hill continues to lead, but the inside lane starting to inch up ever closer. Here's Allgaier. He's pulled even with the machine as Sheldon Creed side by side for second.
Here they come back to the main straightaway. Austin Hill now out in front all by himself. That inside line starting to make some hay. Austin Hill looks like the pace car right now. He will lead lap number 14 with a side-by-side double-barreled attack right at his back bumper.
Series champion Justin Allgaier's got the bottom of the racetrack. Sheldon Creed is topside, 2 by 2 for about 8 rows back behind them, all chasing Austin Hill.
Which lane will he commit to as he'll
Austin
pull
Hill
down to the inside, now go back topside, talking about race leader Austin Hill. That opens the door for Justin Allgaier, who fades just a bit on that inside lane.
Free cams on the app. You guys can watch it for free as well.
Hill, the leader, continues to try to work both lanes of traffic and keep them at bay in his rearview mirror. For the moment, Austin Hill goes back down to the bottom and throws the block on Sheldon Creed.
Drifts right back to the middle of the racetrack, and he'll stay right there back into the shaded tri-oval.
Technology and
Clicking
TV
off
is hard
lap
to
number
watch.
15, Austin Hill has the field behind him. Sheldon Creed giving drafting help. From third on back, they're stacked up double wide.
Taylor Gray on the back bumper now, the Sheldon Creed.
Here's Daniel Dye after his wreck.
You hear the guys in the iRacing lobbies tell you can't win on the first lap. It kind of felt like that was what was going on out there. So tough, but our champion container Chevy was fast. I think we had a car capable of moving forward. So, going to a similar type of race next week. Just got to learn. Take what I learned from the first 3 laps of this race that I got to run.
Good to see you.
To Atlanta.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Guys.
Hardest interview you give, right? You get wrecked out in the first race. We've talked about
Austin Hill
down here,
leading his race.
out on lap 6.
Stage 1, 16 of 30, halfway to first stage.
Being as optimistic as he could. He'll hope that the next few weeks that he can gain some of those points.
Yeah, just driver cams. That's all. It's free.
Opening stage.
But it's free. You can watch it, y'all. Just like watching the race. All right. They're at a commercial. It also goes to a commercial break, so it's not live the whole entire time either. Okay, on regular old free TV, you can watch CW, Lloyd says. No phone, no computer needed, people. So, yeah, just go to your old TV and listen.
He's getting a little bit of a run. I could tell that them two got stacked up in front of me a little bit, and I was trying to avoid that exact thing that happened, which was running into the 18 right off of turn 2. It's kind of the worst place possible to get pushed, so I don't know, it's just a theme this week of guys, I guess, getting a little too out of control and pushing in the wrong places. It's always that way. That's what always causes the wrecks at this type of racetrack. So I don't know the right answer to it. Everyone's hopefully studying these races, but it just seems like there's no education beyond it, So it's not how we want to start off this year, but I had a good chat with these guys pre-race that make sure that they keep their head on the swivel and make sure that we continue to have, some momentum right here, because hopefully this doesn't, you don't want this to define the way that your year begins. So let's get it out of the way now. Let's go try to get back on track in Atlanta.
Brandon Jones hoping for big things with his new team at JGR. I got Daniel Dye here as well. What happened from your perspective? I saw Brandon talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, I just saw the replay on the phone here. It just looks like the 2 was being impatient, on
I
lap
don't watch
4
it on TV. Don't want to watch it. The cams. What do I got to do?
Trying to do too much to get that bottom lane moving and just turn the 20 car right into me, and they look like the 1 car too. So sucks. That's one of my best friends there, and he's just being stupid. So poker night is going to get a little awkward, but that's all right. We'll figure something out. He owes me a little bit of a favor now.
Friendships off the racetrack can be tough on the racetrack, guys. The 2 he's referring to and his poker buddy being Jesse Love. So, that would be an awkward one. I wouldn't mind being a fly on the wall.
We've got $30 for Amazon Fire Stick and hack it with Cody.
Stage.
There you go.
NASCAR history.
Caution
From Ken Squire, Barney Hall.
Caution. Let's listen into the. Let's listen in here. Caution. Caution on the track. Caution on the track. Looks like, who is that? Lost his hood. Oh, it's Brendan Poole. Brendan Poole lost his hood. It's all up in the front of him. Lost his hood. See what Austin Hill's talking about here. 21.
Yeah, copy. Like, once he got connected to me, landing into one on the restart, he could push me whenever he wanted to, all the way to entry at 3, and I was wide open. Like, I was not dragging.
Just tuned in. Zilic still in it? Yes.
His car is really good at sucking up and being able to break through the bubble and push right now.
Zilic in 26th. 26th. Yeah, some places in the country have a CW, some don't. Apparently they didn't fix it out. Apparently they didn't fix it like everybody could see it. All right.
At the CW Sports over on X for more information and full entry details.
Who left the pins out? Yeah, that's right.
Second time in stage 1.
You've been at subscribe, trying to get to 29,050.
Got a whole lot going on in that 44.
I think we know where it came
thank you,
from,
Emerald.
by the way, here. Taking a look at Brendan Poole.
Yeah, they're fun.
Stretch.
They're free on CW,
it
y'all.
only takes, as they try to tape all those parts back on, it takes just the smallest amount of air to get underneath that hood. You see it 200 miles
No
an hour.
pins in the hood.
It blows it right off.
Seen it happen before.
It's unfortunate because he's a driver that's always a player at this style of racing. And oh, by the way, got married in the offseason. So even though today is not going his way,
they fixed raw fleet yet?
Congratulations to Brendan Poole. Let's go back to Carla.
Oh, they might have.
Thanks, Adam. Yeah, Brandon Jones here. His day is done. Your car was really the first one to get turned on the track, but you said you know exactly where this came from.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's way too early to be able to go out of this race. There was some really good cars on the bottom right there, and I had two teammates in front of me, and so I thought we were in a pretty good situation, but the momentum kind of got choked up in that bottom lane, and trying to avoid getting into our teammates.
You're right.
I tried to pull that lane back just a little bit, and it's just not a good place to be getting pushed right off the corner. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, I'll go back.
Just want to say thank you, CeeLo, so much for all you do.
Try to figure out
You're
how to
welcome,
get better
Craig.
At this craft. I always try to get better at this racing, but it looks to me right now like there's nothing that I could have done any
Just
differently.
hooked up my digital rabbit
ears.
ears.
This is how we're going to begin the quest to go get a championship. I'll get my guys rallied back around. I'm really happy to be back here at Joe Gibbs Racing in the number 20. Have Menards and Swiffer on
no, not really.
this weekend. That was a big deal for him. We had a lot of people from Menards. So
Lori said she's back.
Pretty mad that we got taken out so early.
Thanks so much. He said he loved his car those first 10 laps, guys.
Yeah, and Brandon Jones, I completely agree with you. And I liked his attitude about that. He's like, I'll go back and look at it. But when you look at the replay, he's like, nobody did anything wrong. It's just that accordion effect. They checked up, and he was the guy that drew the short straw on that. I hate to say a racing deal, but it literally was.
Anyone in chat watch the ARCA race? I didn't get to watch it, but I had a lot of people updating
Let's
me.
take a look now.
I'm watching it on the CW on YouTube TV.
Health Report brought to you by Brestree.
All right, let's look at MRN radio.
And here at Daytona, that's going to be up for grabs for just about anybody with the draft coming into play the way that it does. Last night, Lane Riggs was the one who put the Xfinity fastest lap in and earned that bonus point. So we work the caution flag. Nobody's going to get a fast lap right now as we just simply wait to get the one to go so we can go back green flag racing.
Don't forget, tomorrow we will be back with the 67th Daytona 500. Our air time has been adjusted. We will now be going on the air tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. There is a threat of some inclement weather. However, the good news is the forecast looks a whole lot better than it did yesterday when the decision was made. Nonetheless, we will be starting the race an hour earlier. So Motor Racing Network and NASCAR Live Race Day will be on the air at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we will find out whose name will be etched on the Harley J. Earl Trophy as the 2025 champion of the Daytona 500. Pit road is open. We now will have 8 laps to go on the stage. I got some drivers that are peaking. The front 10, front 12 stay out. However, there are some takers. Josh Williams.
The top 10 stayed out. We do have a few takers, including Justin Allgaier.
The leader stayed out.
Progressive Pit Road. Here's Kim.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier reporting just a touch free in the middle of the corner. There was some debate on the radio on whether or not to come down. Ultimately, they bring that car down. Looks like it's going to be left side tires only for Allgaier.
Leader stayed out.
And they'll make a slight air pressure adjustment.
Eastern North Carolina is not available in our area. It's so dumb. You thought they would have fixed it by now.
Two schools of thought here. If you pit here, you create a couple of options, right? You can either pit again at the end of the stage, but it just means you're going to have a shorter stage.
Who you like? Who has the fastest lap so far?
You just stay out at the end of the stage and run it all the way through.
Who's got the fastest lap?
Stage 2. Austin Hill leading.
Best lap so far is Austin Hill. All right, back to MRN.
Spotter Amy Houston said absolutely, and Sheldon said 10-4 to that. So they're going to go for the stage points here and play
Channel
it out.
5, California.
It's going to be interesting because these drivers want every point they can possibly get, including the stage win. So when we do get the one to go, which potentially could be the next time by, there will be 7 laps to go next time, by the way, and everybody will be able to race hard to figure it out. And we're going to find out also who's going to have the power to pull out, maybe go out by themselves and make a pass. Maybe have just 2 cars get in a draft to get down and pull out of line to try to make some hay down there as well. That is all to be determined. But Dave Moody out in turns 1 and 2.
Oh, is it my boy?
Tame racing so far in the opening 22 laps or not?
Except for that one little jingle on the back straightaway. Yes, it's been pretty gentlemanly, pretty quiet. Matter of fact, I think a lot of them after that tie-up at the end of the backstretch said, we don't want any more of that, at least for a while, and went single file and gathered up down on the bottom of the racetrack where it's nice and safe.
Pasta, huh?
Today's race is presented by United Rentals. Whether your project is below ground, above ground, or you're just breaking ground, United Rentals has the equipment and tools you need to get the job done. Backed by a team of experts and a suite of digital tools, United Rentals is ready to help you work United for a smarter, safer, and more sustainable work site.
Kyle Sieg right now not having a good go of it. Looks like the hamsters jumped off the wheel underneath the hood there. He's having to be pushed all the way back to the pit lane and giving up a lot of valuable time down there. Carson Quapple was involved in that lap 5 crash, got some nicks and dings on that race car. Looks like mostly it was body work. Alan Cavano, what's the latest there?
Yeah, they're going to keep working on it. The first and foremost, they had to make it well enough to meet minimum speed. They've done that, so now they can continue to work on it, massage it. There's an entire new bumper on there. It's just that black carbon fiber look, but they keep working on it. Bare bonds, trying to tweak it. Aero will obviously be an issue at Daytona, but the more times they can stop, the more time they can massage it, and hopefully make a good day out of something bad.
We've got a long ways to go. We still have 97 laps remaining. As that was happening on the pit lane, Kyle Sieg just took his car to the garage. He was 1 lap down, but obviously there are greater matters to be tended to back in the garage area for Kyle.
It's a tough way to start the season for Kyle Sieg, but team may go back there. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get things fixed back there. The car has completely stopped now in the chute on its way back to the Xfinity Series garage. Keep in mind tomorrow, it's the 67th running of the Daytona 500. Motor Racing Network will be on the air at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Can't wait to bring you NASCAR Live Race Day and live flag-to-flag coverage of the Great American Race.
CW app is not loading.
NASCAR fans, the Daytona 500 50-50 drawing is...
If you don't click on the car itself, you can just watch it off the main page. You can watch it that way, because that's what I had to do. I don't click on the main car. Alfredo said that during the ARCA race, they interviewed him, that they finished last. Yeah, I'm not showing the race. This is the free cams. Free cams. Hey, CW, next Saturday night at 4. Next Saturday night.
News Network, which respects all Americans, then you have a new home with News Nation. See why News Nation is America's fastest growing cable news network. To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com. This is going to be a fun little ending.
Look at that sun. Man, those guys are ready for that to go down.
Oh, yeah.
Sheldon Creed likes being behind Austin Hill. He thinks that's going to be his best position to be in.
Push the fastest car.
Go to the running order. We can do that.
Choice.
Parker, when it comes down to the end of one of these stages, I always like to use it like the end of the race, even though you're not going to be quite as aggressive as you are.
I turned it off for a little bit. I'll turn it back on the restart.
And see what I can do and what I need to do, what I need to get better at as the race closes down.
Where is Ryan Sieg?
I always think of super speedway racing for a majority of the race is almost like practice. Practice the moves. Practice where you want to be.
And
where
if it doesn't work
Ryan
out,
Sieg is in 35th.
You get many more laps. It only pays in the last
Sieg,
one.
where you at?
Of course, there's stage points that pay out, but
Ryan
definitely you're
Sieg.
thinking about where do you want to be come late in this race, whether it's on a restart.
Where's he at? I don't see him.
You're trying
There
to
he
figure
is,
it out.
top
Every
10.
super speedway race is different. Although the package hasn't changed, the drivers maybe have changed. It evolves. It changes. It's just different.
Kim, Justin Allgaier among those that made a pit stop a moment ago.
Yeah, Adam, for those drivers that made that stop, they're kind of in the mess of things as we see this restart with just what will be 5 to go in the stage once they get the green. And here was the directive from crew chief Jim Pullman to Justin.
I don't need you to be
5 drivers, dude.
through there, right? We only got a couple laps to the end of this. It's going to pan out for you.
This is Allgaier.
We got to finish, not tear it up, and then we're going to cycle back to the lead here. Copy.
So that was the strategy.
We're going to go
for
restart
the
here.
I'm not sure, guys, how Batman drives.
No
but
Batman
Jim
maneuvers
Pullman,
here. Thank you, Terry, for subbing T. Cook as
For
well.
the final laps of this stage.
I'm guessing fast.
I felt like
Thank
that
you,
was
Terry and T. Cook.
Basically, and that's the risk. You put yourself back in the pack. It's going to play out strategy-wise, but
And of
don't
course,
get involved
it's
in the wreck. We see that
not going to sink in here, so that's fine.
Going to be 5 to go, stage 1, when we return to the green flag. He always seems stressed out to me, Jim Pullman, you know, and I saw him down there in the Cup garage here the other day, and he's just kind of on the sidelines, and he seems stressed.
That's because he's always so relaxed.
Maybe that's it. Austin Hill, Taylor Gray, front row. We're rolling again here in
Only
Central
driver's
Florida.
view. Yeah, at least that's something. You can watch that at least.
And Williams and Walsh have done an exceptional job on that inside lane, being able to maintain. I mean, they got two of the best guys on their outside.
And Justin Bonsignor, who has very little experience at this, just doing the same thing, following them. It's 3 powerful Toyotas.
Austin Hill's still out there. 5 to go in the stage here.
Nick Sanchez is joined up there. Well, it's Sheldon Creed in a Ford. He's joined up there with Austin
5 to go in the stage.
Creed now, Jordan Anderson off down below the outline. You want to merge back in safely when that happens.
And you don't want to go below that double yellow line and advance your position, because if you do, you'll be penalized. All good there for Anderson.
Yeah, Jesse Love.
I'm testing something, Lloyd. We're just testing this week.
As this race goes
We're
on,
testing.
You got to protect both sides. He's got his teammate right in front of him, but you don't always know what the guy behind you is going to do. He'll learn as this goes on.
Austin Hill leading that blue and white Chevrolet out front. The 21,
Austin Hill, 4 to go here.
00, a Ford. That Sheldon Creed, new team this year. 48, orange and white car in that outside.
Don't understand why
lane.
NASCAR
That's
is the only
Nick
sport you
Sanchez,
can't
the
watch for
rookie
free
Pit
on an app.
Machine. And right behind him, that red, white, and yellow 27. Jeb
See what happens.
Burton
4 to go.
Yeah, and Parker, it's so hard when you're in that outside line. You can go at any moment, but you're like, if I go now, is anyone going to go with me? There's a lot of decisions to be made.
Go back over to MRN for the finish of this stage. We always do last 4 laps.
Until you're going down the back.
I'm failing on Gray.
Jesse Love shoved his way in line right in front of the Ryan Sieg Ford Mustang. Sieg burped the throttle and was able to let him in line.
Austin Hill continues to
4
lead. They
laps to
single
go.
out up front as he comes to the line. Austin Hill has just led his 551st lap at drafting tracks. That includes Talladega, Atlanta, and of course Dave here at the World Center of Racing.
He really is a big talent when it comes to big track racing. Austin Hill continuing to show the way for Richard Childress Racing. Everybody for the moment content to run single file.
Double file a lap ago. Everybody, for the most part, has got into single file formation against the outside wall off of turn 2, led by Austin Hill, the race leader. Sheldon Creed in the second spot, and then Nick Sanchez. There's
Let's go to 400
It's
likes,
an
y'all.
18-car draft, all in a line at the
Haas.
top side of the racetrack. The only car on the bottom right now is Ryan Sieg. He is all by himself.
Sam Mayer
And
in
nobody
12th
wants
spot.
to drop to the bottom and play in the sandbox that Ryan Sieg is playing in. For the moment, everybody stays topside. 2 laps to go in the stage. Austin
2
Hill
laps to
has
go.
everybody in the rearview mirror. Next car in line is Sheldon Creed.
The move is going to come. It's just a question of when, as they run single file, still up next to the wall. Now 3 cars drop down out of line, back around the 7th or 8th position, but they've got a lot of work to do.
Barber got kicked off the track.
Numbers right now in the outside lane. Austin Hill continues to lead the way as they get tight up the back straightaway. Cars getting a little out of shape, including the race leader Austin Hill after a pump from Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed giving some drafting assistance to Austin Hill. He'll remain in the outside lane with the leader, Nick Sanchez, Jeb Burton, and Anthony Alfredo. That's the top 5.
Leaders come through this tri-oval now. 1 lap to go in this opening stage at Daytona. Austin Hill leads this lap. The question is, will he lead the next when the points-paying window opens? It's Hill, Creed, Sanchez, Burton, and Alfredo.
No challenge in the offing down low. Leland Honeyman is the first in line, and he's back around the 8th or 9th position. Nobody busting a move as of yet. They all trail Austin Hill.
A little bit of a gap back to Sheldon Creed in the second spot from race leader Austin Hill. Let's see if Creed can build a run. He does. Austin. Went to look to the inside. Back in line in the outside lane. Stepping out of line is Jeb Burton in Creed.
Burton dives to the bottom in turn 3. Here comes the machine of Sheldon Creed down low to throw the block. Austin Hill moves the pack to the bottom as they exit turn 4.
Green and white checkered flag awaits. Here they come, thundering up off of turn number 4. To the line, Hill. Stepping out of line further back is Nick Sanchez, but stage number 1 will be won by Austin Hill. Sheldon Creed will finish the stage second. Nick Sanchez will be third. Jeb Burton will be fourth. Anthony Alfredo finishes the stage 5th. Leland Honeyman rallies up to 6th with Justin Allgaier 7th. Dean Thompson will finish the stage 8th. Then it's Jesse Love and Taylor Gray, the top 10.
Caution flies for the 3rd time in the United Rentals 300.
Welcome to the Chevy Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on the go at CeeLo. We're at Xfinity today. The CW, I noticed this morning they announced that they have free cams on the CW like they had in the NASCAR.com, how we watched them last year. So we're testing this out to see how it does. We're not going to show it all the time, just testing it out to see how it does. We'll go from there. But it's called the CW. It's on the CW app. You can download the CW app and watch these cams for free on a bigger pad. You can watch it on Austin Hill or Jesse Love or Christian Eckes. Daniel Dye is out of the race. You don't get to watch him. And Jeb Burton. John Burton in 4th place. So he's up there as well. Jeb Burton. Which one is it? Let's see. Jeb Burton and Garrett Smithley. So we got Jeb Burton and Garrett Smithley as well for your cams. So you have tons of cams to get to watch for free. You can watch it on a bigger screen, your laptop, your iPad, your phone, whatever you want to watch. And watch with us in the chat, listen to the audio and all that stuff, and have a good time. We'll do some balls baseball. I'm not sure. What's up, Rick? Good to see you, buddy. I'm watching Jesse Love's cam. See? Mr. Styles, getting to watch the race, listening to us, hanging out in the chat. Here's the place to be, y'all. We have a real live host that actually talks to you, not typing to you. You can look at me and see me. So this is where it's at. I'm in North Carolina, and it's channel 18.1 with free antenna. So yeah, you can watch it for free on the antenna as well for free. So there you go. So much. I understand some of y'all can't watch the CW if you're in certain parts of the country. I'm not sure why they don't do that, but so NASCAR next week, Atlanta at 3:30. Can't watch the cams. I don't own a phone. There you go, Bronny. Okay. Bronny, you can go to the CW website and watch the cams. If you're on a Discord and all that, you're typing on something, you can go to the CW app. CW website has them as well. That's where we're getting this off of, the CW website. It's free to watch. It's free. So Austin Hill, the leader still. And let's see if he's talking or anything on his audio here. Let's listen in. Let's listen in. Do you know CeeLo has a Discord? We do have a Discord. Bronny, however you watch the cams on NASCAR.com, you can do it this year as well on 8CW. You're in PA2. Which team is Sam Mayer? He's driving for the Haas Factory. Haas Factory for Sam Mayer. Him and Sheldon Creed. Need help? Let me know. See, Craig's ready to help as well. So anybody that needs the help, we'll definitely step up and help you guys figure it out. Thank you, Yeko, for joining the Discord. We appreciate you, Discord.
Go to the...
Still not on there yet. So we got how many cautions so far? 3 cautions. I said 8. A lot of y'all said like 10 or 9.
Which provided by Goodyear, celebrating 100 years of an American icon, the Goodyear blimp.
You ever go up in the blimp?
I've never been up in the blimp.
Some people don't listen.
It's terrifying.
I know.
Stick to fixed wing.
It's old.
Stage 1, Austin Hill.
Yeah. I did the Thunder.
Christian Eckes. Let's see him.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
He's in the pits.
I've done one of those Red Bull Air Race.
I was sick for 2 days.
So pit road is not yet open. Christian Eckes having some problems. Brings his Celsius Chevrolet down the pit lane.
Looks like they're working
see what's
on
going on with
splitter.
Christian Eckes.
Yeah, he's
You need
obviously
to hit
had.
the bottom of that splitter, Donald. Okay, all right. Put that tire back on. We got to get the bare bond out. Get it. No, don't worry about that bare bond.
Don't worry about that bare bond.
The team manager.
Yeah, you can see where it's detaching.
Yeah, and that splinter
app not
generates
working.
So much
Oh man,
downforce for these cars. It's so
it takes a little while to load these things. So I guess I might not be doing that.
That will drag on the ground, which will affect you. So there's just all sorts of issues that
Come on,
compound when you have something like that with the front splitter.
Yeah, if that hits on entry or in the corner when the car is compressed, the front end just doesn't.
The CW website is wonky for me.
Top 5 as we anticipate pit stops. Austin Hill.
I can't click on Eckes. It's not letting me load it.
Anthony Alfredo, all getting stage points there. And now we go down to Dylan Welch on Progressive Pit Road.
Eckes. There's Christian Eckes.
Hit his marks at the top of the screen. Said he wasn't loose, but was trending that way. Playing for them is 4 tires and an air pressure.
Watch out for that 00, Dennis. CeeLo, what you think about Creed? I think the 00 is going to be strong.
Sheldon Creed felt like he needed to get tightened up, but then after a couple cycles said, I'm good. 4 tires and fuel, Kim.
And you see Austin Hill in the 21 on the bottom of your screen. Stage winner there. He's going to take left side tires only. Said the car balance is really good. Would not change anything right now as they race off pit road.
Thank you, Kim. And now our Progressive race off pit road. Dean Thompson going +6. Austin Hill lost 1 in that exchange, +5 for his teammate Jesse Love. Stage 2 coming your way next.
Daytona Beach. Anyone ever driven on Daytona Beach? How do we watch tomorrow for free? You can go to you have to have HBO Max. Now we can't show the HBO Max cams because that is a paid subscription. It is not free. It's a paid subscription. So I don't think the Max would let me be throwing those for free if it wasn't not free. So I won't be doing that. But we're doing our normal stuff like we do. The last couple of races, we've had so much fun in here without the cam. So hope you guys have a good time. We'll bring that that track cam. We'll see that there is this weekend as well. But yeah, I'm sorry guys that most of the AP CW apps are not working for you guys out there. But Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sam Mayer, Josh Williams, Harrison Burton. There's my dark horse, Bronny, in the 5th spot. Connor Zilic in 6th. Jesse Love 7th. Taylor Gray 8th. William Swalowich 9th. And Parker Retzlaff in 10th. So there is your top 10. Hope you guys are ready for this fun. And it's not loading. Jesse Love. All right, come on. Load it up. So they do have commercials. They do do their thing. It's free, so you're going to see commercials on it. But it's something. So you guys can watch it. If you can't watch it, can't watch the race, you get at least watch that. I'm really here for the audio anyways. I'm at work and can't watch. Desert Fox, thank you for being here. David subscribing. Oscar for subscribing. Thank you guys for subscribing to On The Go with CeeLo. We're trying to get, 30,000? 30,000? That's my goal. Ira becoming an MVP member. Ira, thank you so much for the Cash App the other day and now the MVP. We appreciate you. Ira, appreciate it, man. But thank you for subscribing. It was glorious moment sitting on the banks, enjoying a cold one. There you go, Chris. Anyone know why CW app is not working? I had some issues with it. I just had to reset it a couple times. And don't click on, watch it from the main page. Watch it from the main page. Do not click on the camera itself because it'll get wonky on you. Watch it on the main page, which is a smaller shot. But at least you got something. So you can watch it free in Vegas. It's not working on Roku for me. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully next week they'll get it right. Dennis. But thank you for subscribing, y'all. I appreciate it. If you download Fox Sports, you'll get 60 minutes free. There you go. Zilic is still there. I guess Hill and Creed pitted. Yes. Hill and Creed have pit. Austin Hill's in 6th. Creed. Where's Creed at? Where's Creed at now? Let's see here. Let's listen in see if Jesse Love's saying anything.
CC 91 both safe with us.
I don't like. That's so weird that some where it's at on some and some on the other. It's not the same. All right, well, I guess we'll just go Austin Hill because that one's at least lined up.
He spit on me every time he talks.
You like a little or no?
I think we should say
That's our next on camera.
That's right.
Let's take a look at Matt DiBenedetto's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Brez Tree. I think he could have been arrested.
He would win. He could be it next.
I wouldn't wrestle him.
I should invite him some point.
So the thing that sticks out to me on this, I love that we're doing this. If you look at that heart rate, 115 to 160. I used to check my heart rate.
Trying to get to 400 likes. Help us out. 400 likes. 400.
Exactly the same.
Thank you guys. CW app not working on my phone either.
Yep. Even though you're working like
too many people watching it, probably.
It's a little bit different. The hydration, all of that.
CW equals
these
can't
guys
watch.
Go through every race, and it's not that hot today. But we've heard guys are actually hot in the car today. So
what was it for you?
A heart rate?
Yeah.
Like between 140 and 160 would be my heart rate.
We saw a minute ago, Eckes was on pit road repairing damage. Let's go down to Kim, get the report there.
Yeah, checked in with the team. That damage came from a restart. He just got into the car in front of him too hard. And I talked with crew chief Alex Jans earlier in the day. He described Christian Eckes as very even-keeled off the track, but an animal on the track. And so I imagine he's pretty hot-headed under the helmet right now. Not the kind of Daytona he wanted to have.
Thank you, Kim. We'll continue to follow his situation. Scored 34th is Christian Eckes. By the way, right behind him, Kyle Sieg out of the race, scored 35th right now. He had a drive shaft issue. Wanted to get that out there for the Kyle Sieg fans. So let's reset as we look forward to the green flag here to begin stage 2. Justin Allgaier is the race leader. They stayed out. Of course, they had pitted under caution prior to the end of the stage. Mayer, Josh Williams, Harrison Burton, Connor Zilich, all in that same situation. So the top 5 stayed out. After that, those drivers that came down pit road, Austin Hill, Jesse
documentary,
Love, William
nice.
Sawalich, Anthony Alfredo, Josh Bilicki in the top 10. They all came down at lap 33 once we wrap things up in that first stage. Allgaier going to the outside lane with Burton to his left. That's Harrison Burton in the 25.
Yeah, we've seen the leader choose the outside every restart. Obviously, is the preferred lane. What I've got my eyes on, though, in this restart is
you pause it for a while, it goes right back to where it was. It doesn't work either.
Like he's the best today, has been the best in a lot of these super speedway races. I want to see how they're able to move their way forward in the field.
Watching the CW, listen to CeeLo. Lloyd.
Blue and black car on the bottom, third car on the road.
Just in-car camera, that's all we got.
In stage 1 has had a really competitive start to this race. He's got a rookie in front of him and Harrison Burton, so he's got some work to cut out for him. But I feel like if he can get the moves made here, he's in a great position right now.
Hey, look outside lane. Second car, 41, Sam Mayer. Haven't talked a lot about him today. He's one of those that played strategy, pitted before when the caution came out prior to the end of the stage. He's got track position, got 4 tires at lap 22. He's someone who's never finished top 10 at Daytona.
Yeah, and I love that shot right there. He doesn't have white gloves on, but you can see it.
Jeb and Klingerman are really doing a good job.
Like we saw with Christian Eckes earlier, you see how hard these guys are working in the corner. The car will get loose, and you'll see them try to catch the car on exit. I think it's a great perspective for people at home watching. And it looks like Sam Mayer is actually going to get hung out.
DB on mute. Listen to CeeLo. C. Brown.
3 wide. This won't end well.
Josh dropped to the middle there. He saw the lane coming, saw it as an opportunity. Sheldon Creed now to his bumper.
Little Gator in front.
To block right there. You'll do that. You'll
the champion, the rain. Look at Harrison Burton, my dark horse, baby. Taking it to the front. AM Racing.
Second on the top row, but Josh did a great job.
Who would have thought?
The 88 right there, though, you see on the bottom lane. That's the big loser. Connor Zilich was fighting for the lead.
What's her face is like,
Harrison Burton out front. He didn't get in line in time, and you see he's going to fall in right in the back.
Harrison Burton, you get damaged.
32,
5 laps into the race, you play the game from a strategy standpoint. You establish.
It's going to be on Tubi for the 500, y'all.
At the front of the field, huge for AM Racing.
Watch Jesse Love's eyes. If you see him look out to the left, he's on the top. He's looking in his side view mirror to make sure that what just happened doesn't happen to him. You're trying to manage the left side lane. And
sometimes I think
outside the front.
Jesse Love here listening in.
Spotter giving great information right there, Parker.
Oh, Sammy Smith.
Oh, 3 wide. Sammy Smith, my winner in dark horse.
What a move.
Let's go. Sammy Smith to the front
of that bottom line. That was pretty spectacular.
I know how to pick him.
Up out of the groove and slot it up. You won't see that often, but if you do, that's a massively big power move.
And it could be that Harrison Burton was tight, right? Kind of got pushed up off.
That's why I picked him, Lloyd.
Sammy Smith had that little bit of a run, was able to clear him. It didn't kill Harrison Burton, though. He was able to get in line right behind him.
That's all we got. That's right, Mark.
Not a terrible position.
Cousins running together.
It's a test. We'll see how it does.
In that black and gray,
it's free.
Right
I mean,
him, Jeb Burton,
anybody can watch it.
Golden Corral 27.
Here's this move again. You see, Harrison was just up the racetrack a little bit. Maybe he was protecting, thinking that the run was coming.
The 500 going to be on 2? Yes, it is.
Lane. Sammy Smith saw the opportunity.
There goes Sheldon Creed. He's out.
Simply drove right on by him. That's a very unique pass. You don't usually see that. It's also the mark of a strong car. Remember, he won at Talladega late in last season. A lot of confidence in the Super Speedways for Sammy Smith. And you're seeing that right now. He's also got that lovely 8.
The other ones are not set up right. So
that's a big deal. It looks great.
Yeah, pay attention right here.
Who do you pick? I picked Sammy Smith and Harrison Burton as my dark horse.
Right behind him. They've moved up,
and now they're 1-2.
They want to try to get this outside row moved ahead of the bottom row so that then
Harrison Burton
can make
his
move. With them being too wide like that, you see he's trying to peek to the inside right now. Of Sam Mayer actually gets to his inside.
I see you, Mayer.
Sam's going to have to work on blocking that. If you have the 21 behind you, you've got to be on your toes. That wasn't even an aggressive move. He pulled out of the line very gingerly and was able to get by him.
I can't tell you how many times Austin Hill and maybe another Chevy did that to me in the last 2 years.
You sound bitter.
Just back a little bit.
Where he goes, everyone follows.
Dirty Mo Posse.
In Sam Mayer's position, it is so frustrating because there's nothing you can do to stop that. They all decide to go with him. And he's trying to do
inside. Harrison Burton almost wrecked.
This Bennett Transportation onboard camera showing us the tricks of the trade when it comes to being magnificent in the draft. Austin Hill is getting it done. And look who's leading this thing now. Jeb Burton has jumped to the front.
He goes to a commercial. It's free.
Safe Flight Repair.
All right. Commercial break. They go to a commercial break when CW goes to commercial break. So, Jesse Love, you go to MRN.
He'll be 5th in line on the outside. Jeb Burton takes Jordan Anderson Racing to the lead at Daytona. He'll lead at lap number 42 as we continue under the green flag in the season opener.
Car with ads. Who running this? Ricky Bobby.
She's rounding the corner straight for the straight off.
When they come back, we're going to do Crank It Up. We haven't done that in a while. We'll just crank it up. Split screen on 5. Yep. Got a split screen going on. Got, who has it got? Ryan Sieg. Look at Ryan Sieg in that 39 car. John Burton in first place. And we got Sammy Smith, Austin Hill, Nick Sanchez, William Swalowich, Connor Zillich, Allgaier, Bonjour, and Harrison Burton in the top 10. I have the CW network, but the only watching options I have are in-car cameras. Crank it up when it comes back. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Carter. Yeah, CW Sports, that's it. Thank you, Carter Bigelow. Just pedal to the metal, y'all. Pedal to the metal. Right. It's not free for Sunday. No lifting. Hey, Brandon, good to see you. All right, that was fun. First crank it up of the season.
Who's leading once again? Austin Hill wins the opening stage. Little pit strategy cycled him back. He's led 28 circuits today. And behind him, great day for Ryan Sieg and some other drivers in the top 10 that I'm not sure how they've gotten there.
Did I hear that, Brandon? I've heard it a couple times.
In the 88, Ryan Truex
I've heard it a couple times.
Field has worked his way to the top 5. Attaboy for Justin Bonsignor. A lot of changing parts when you look at the top 10, and Allgaier trying to get back in it outside of Leland Honeyman.
Yeah, Parker, it's interesting. The race at the beginning was everybody going to the top.
Yep.
Now everybody has transitioned to the bottom. It almost makes me think they just want to follow the 21 car.
It's basically what it is, and that's what I was trying to point out before. You can always follow the 21. This is a great example of it here, as we saw when you were watching during the break. Watch the 21, that blue and white car behind the 8, the orange and black car. Austin does this all the time. He's going to try and juke to the bottom. Sammy Smith covers him, does that well. That gives him a boost up by the 27.
WGN channel showing the race.
Position of being the lead car on the bottom, and eventually he got the lead. And those aggressive
Fox
moves,
Antenna TV Sunday.
Maybe helped him get some of that back. But really, he did that. And he made some of these moves just by himself, and everyone followed him, which then just makes it easier.
And if you're in Sammy Smith's position right there, you have to see that coming. You can't rely on your spotter at that moment. That move happens so fast. By the time the spotter keys the radio and says he's looking, the pass is made.
You remember when Jimmy Johnson was on that run of 5 consecutive championships, and everyone said the most difficult thing of competing with him is you got one eye on the 48 and one eye on your car. Your attention's not where it needs to be. I feel like
what a difference a lane makes.
Austin Hill, it's like that because you're worried about him and maybe not totally about yourself.
To that point, he does great things. He has a fast car, but when everyone then has that group mentality, that group think of, I want to follow that car.
Where's
I want to go
Quapple?
where he goes. He knows how to do this best, that sort of thing. It almost like sort of manifests destiny. He manifests.
He's in 17th.
Everyone follows him.
17th
and that's
spot.
what just puts him in these positions, and then he gets to command the field.
17th for Quapple. Harrison Burton all the way back to 18th now. Sam Mayer 19th.
He's having a great run so far. One of the smaller teams, but somebody that always runs up front at these super speedway races. And talked with crew chief Matt Noyce earlier today just about some of the changes going on behind the scenes with this car and this team. He said despite some of those changes, the core of this car is still the same. By that he means Ryan Sieg, the driver, Matt himself as the crew chief, and Tim Fiedel, the spotter, who spots for Ryan Blaney on Sundays. That relationship, the spotter-driver relationship, ultimately is so important here. And Matt Noyce said Ryan is so good here because he makes smart decisions based on the energy of the pack. But having a good spotter relationship helps that. If it goes well tonight.
Thank you to Doris. Thanks for subbing.
And it's going well so far, Carla.
Yeah, we know there's not much carryover from the Truck Series to Xfinity Series, but one thing Nick Sanchez said is that he's looking forward to the length of these races. He said, I always felt like I was peaking at the end of the truck races and just needed some more laps.
Look at Nick Sanchez from the trucks back to now Xfinity and running in third place.
And you know what that equals, Carla? Stage points, which really helps as you try to make your way into the postseason later this year.
Yep, the
10
commercials
laps to go.
They're free.
Stage 2, Hill leading at Daytona.
9 laps to go. So anytime CW goes to commercial, the cams are going to go to a commercial too, which is easy for them.
It's also just such a great opportunity to engage with our customers, to bring our employees out, have a great experience together, build those important relationships. And then guess what? As you look around the track, you see all of the equipment that we provide that helps make this experience happen.
Thanks so much to you and everybody at United Rentals for putting on another great race here tonight.
Thank you very much, guys.
Lori,
Absolutely.
a member
Jeremy
for 3
Fountain,
months. Lori,
Director
go Connor
of Field and
Zillage.
Experiential Marketing from United Rentals.
Fields comes back to the line. It'll be 9 laps to go in stage 2, and they're dicing it up front, throwing blocks left and right. Austin Hill started at the bottom of the racetrack. He had to go up the banking and take Ryan Sieg and Nick Sanchez with him to throw blocks that were initiated by moves. Jesse Love trying to find his way through down low.
Trying to run down low, but he's got no drafting help right now. He's trying to find some help from Nick Sanchez, but Sanchez goes to the top instead.
Jesse Love leads the inside lane, but it's about 2 or 3 car lengths back to the next car, so not a tight draft on the bottom. That allows the outside lane to pull ahead, led by Austin Hill, that is. Ryan Sieg in the second spot.
The majority of this field is up against the safer barrier. That seems to be the fast line around Daytona at this point. It's still being led at the point by Austin Hill.
They come down to the line. 52 laps will go up on the board of the 120. That'll give us 8 laps to go here in stage number 2. Austin Hill, no surprise at the front of the field here at Daytona. Not much of a surprise either for the second place driver. That's Ryan Sieg.
Ryan Sieg is always good on the super speedways. As the sun now just dips below the horizon, they'll run single file up against the safer barrier, back through about the top 8.
Solid run for Nick Sanchez as well, running in the 3rd spot, has challenged for the race lead and has been among the top 5 for much of the afternoon. Jeff Burton next in line, followed by Justin Allgaier among the top 5.
Dean Thompson runs 6th in line up against the outside wall. Then you've got the machine of Anthony Alfredo, Sheldon Creed, Taylor Gray, and William Stawalitz. They make up the top 10.
Once again, the energy has transitioned to the top of the banking, top of the tri-oval, and Austin Hill right now is the Pied Piper. He's got him lined up about a dozen deep. His teammate Jesse Love started to run down to the inside, but Dave, the problem for Jesse is the drafting help behind him did not materialize.
It did not, and he has plummeted back outside the top 12, maybe the top 15. They continue to chase Austin Hill at the front of the field.
Jesse Love still digging on the bottom of the racetrack, but Dave's right. Outside of the top 15 goes Love as Austin Hill continues to drive away at the front of the field with Sieg and Sanchez right there in 2nd and 3rd.
Those drivers towards the middle part of the pack include Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, and the machine of Carson Quappo. They've been trying to get in line up top, but there's no room at the end.
Not at all, but there is a wounded, slower car running right down on the bottom of the racetrack as the lead draft bears down on that machine.
Thank you,
Brennan
Steve,
Poole missing
Manuel,
the hood,
and
missing the
Lori.
right front quarter panel, well off the pace, gets out of the way as the leaders thunder by.
Yeah, it's been an ugly afternoon for Brennan Poole. He will duck down very low on the racetrack.
You're in luck. You can now enter the CW's Epic Sweeps for your chance to win an unforgettable trip to Universal Orlando Resort. And the new Universal
Thank you guys for
Epic
subbing, y'all.
Park,
Almost to 29,100.
2025. Scan the QR code or visit the CWSweeps.com now to enter.
Hit that like. We're trying to get to 400.
Closing on the end of our second stage. It's the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway.
5 to go.
Kligerman, Jamie McMurray, I'm Adam Alexander. It continues to be the Austin Hill Show.
Yeah, and Parker about to pick up just like at the end of stage 1. They've all migrated to the top.
Ryan Sieg right there, though.
And we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I'm a Prince fan. Please. We're not so good.
How am I going to get to the front? I just saw Sheldon Creed right there on the bottom in the blue and pink car. He's tired of following. He's going to see if he can get the second lane.
Dirty Nick Sanchez is going to lose it soon.
Trying to follow him there. Now he's giving up on it maybe. But
he's in 3rd place.
Who's willing to drop down. Speaking of dropping down on the bottom there, most laps led on drafting tracks in Xfinity Series history. Austin Hill's getting up there.
Wow,
really
569 laps.
How good he is at this style of racing.
Yeah.
It's likely, unless something crazy happens, he's going to go to number 2 on the list and jump in front of Dale Jr.
Yeah, and the guy that you see second on the list, Dale Jr., I lived the era that Dale Jr. won every plate race that we went through.
Butterfly's not my one.
And everybody did the same thing they're doing with Austin Hill. It was annoying. You're like, stop following him. He's the fastest car. But what makes this so powerful is that it's pretty rare that you get one of the best drivers to also have the best car. And Austin Hill's one of the best drivers, and he's in one of the fastest cars, and he's able to capitalize on it.
Hit the blower.
Nick Sanchez dropped to the bottom. They're trying to
All right, back to MRN for 4 laps to go. We always do it.
To the outside lane up the Daytona Super Stretch, led by Austin Hill. Sieg, here's Burton out of line for 4th.
Burton going for 3rd now in turn 3. Pulls alongside of Nick Sanchez. They'll remain wheel to wheel for that 3rd spot as the machines of Ryan Sieg and Austin Hill go to the bottom.
Jeb Burton darts out of the line and now backs up to the front bumper of Justin Allgaier. That inside lane starting to pick up some runners. Jeb Burton downstairs. Justin Allgaier's there. Then you get back to the JGR 1-2-3 punch that's led by Tanner Gray.
The lanes began to equalize for a moment, but now a few more migrate back up to that high line. It continues to be Nick Sanchez leading the bottom lane. He'll slide up in line in 3rd.
That leaves Jeb Burton to lead the inside lane now off of turn number 2, and he has drafting help, but they are not as organized as the outside lane. Thinking of making it 3 wide was Dean Thompson a moment ago. Top 3 cars nose to tail, top side of the racetrack.
Burton looking for some help, but he doesn't have it on the bottom. Now he's going to try to squeeze in front of the machine of Sheldon Creed. No, sir. Sheldon Creed denies that move.
2 laps to go now in stage number 2 as they come back down to the start-finish line. Still, Austin Hill has everybody in the mirror. He runs the outside lane. The inside no better than side-by-side for the number 5 spot.
Yeah, and Jeb Burton is looking for a way to get out of that low line. He will do so. Slides up on the back bumper of Justin Allgaier. Here they come off turn number 2. Austin Hill still in command at the front of the field.
Who steps out of line and when? That inside lane still not close enough to the front of the field, waiting for one of the top 5 competitors to maybe dip to the bottom, but it's still Hill, Sieg, and now one car turned into the outside wall. It's Sheldon Creed that got into the 3rd place runner of Nick Sanchez, a solo car incident while running for the 3rd spot going into turn 3. A lot of right side damage to Nick Sanchez's car.
And Nick Sanchez right now just skating along the outside of the racetrack. The entire right side completely torn up on his Chevrolet. He's headed to pit road.
Who called it?
Caution is on the speedway. It's the 4th one of the United Rentals 300, and this stage will end under the caution flag as the leaders take the yellow.
You called it,
It is 1 lap to go in stage 2, and Kyle Rickey, there was a lot of jostling going around on the back straightaway. Nick Sanchez got the short end of the stick.
They were beginning to tighten up in that outside lane. Little bit of pushing here on the back stretch. Some bumps as well going into turn number 3, and it got a little too tight going into the corner. Sheldon Creed, 4th at the time, got into Nick Sanchez, turned the Sanchez car into the outside wall. Thankfully for Nick and the rest of the field behind him, he was able to keep that car to the top side of the speedway.
That beat-up car of Nick Sanchez in front of Alan Cabana.
You're vulnerable right there. You really want to get into somebody just on the exit of the corner and then generate that push all the way down the straightaway. Hitting him on the edge of the corner is just not good, but he maybe was getting a little bit too much of a push from just Allgaier right there who was behind him.
Just creating the runs, and you just want to keep pushing right here. And it's also sort of the angle you hit. If you hit them a little bit too far
he hit him right there and put him in.
The car, and right at that point at the entry of the corner.
Sheldon Creed doing Sheldon Creed things.
Austin Hill at Talladega at the end of last year.
Bye, Nick.
Spun him out without barely even touching him because the cars are so light at that point of time. And this is just a mistimed bump draft that you just, it happens in this racing because you're pushing. You're being aggressive. You want to make the moves and create the momentum. But the risk of that is what we see here.
Do you know anything about NASCAR, the offense?
How light the back of the car is.
That offends me because it's Jeff Burton and then his cousins out there too.
On the entry of the corner, it just doesn't take much to get him around.
Stage 2, going to end under caution. Get out the broom. The sweep today.
Sweep for Austin Hill.
Who's going for his
stage 3
consecutive victory at Daytona in a season opener. Sieg, Creed, Allgaier, Thompson, your top 5 at the end of the 2nd stage.
All right, so there's that.
Allgaier 4th and Dean Thompson 5th. Jeb Burton will be 6th. Taylor Gray will be 7th.
Oh, man,
William
he rubbed off some suspension steel on that wreck.
Anthony Alfredo 9th, and Harrison Burton ends the stage 10th.
Jeb is short for John.
I'm Ryan Blaney, a 3rd-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast.
I thought I saw 2 of them in here. John Burton. I guess that is Jeb. Why they call it? That's right, because his name is John. That's right. That's right. My bad. I forgot that they put the real names in here on the what do you call it? Sorry about that. Whoever I offended, do apologize. Do you not know anything about racing? He says. All right. So stage 3, here it is. And stage 3, if you've been here with us in the past, we get to pick your Stage 3, do you get to keep your guy who you wanted to win? Or do you get to keep, or are you going to pick a new person? So let me see in the chat, who are you going with? Are you changing your pick to who's going to win? Who's going to win? Hill Stage Take 2 also. That's right, Carrie. So who do you got? I'm going to go Sammy Smith. I don't think Austin Hill does all 3. I'm keeping Sammy Smith. I think he gets up there. That's my pick. Sammy Smith. All right. Alex says the 3. Greg says the 7. Allgaier, 88 for Rebel, 40 for Ira. I'm not going to curse my man. He's curse my man. Still got Creed winning. Sieg is your dark horse. Bronny says Fleece with the 7. Anthony James Allmendinger. Well, he's not in the race, but Mark, are you going with the 16? Justin Allgaier for Lori. C. Brown, nope, staying with the 21 and the 54. 7 today and the 17 tomorrow for Greg. 21 keeping for Jake. Ernest goes the 7. Roger's going the 7. Allgaier. Russell's going Allgaier. Lori's going Zilich. AJ for Tim. It's the 16 has got Allmendinger is not in this race. The 16 is Christian Eckes now. Kelly's got the 7. Darlene's got the 7. Tim's going the 16 with Eckes. Do people know anything about NASCAR when it comes to this? There are 2 cousins racing right now. Craig says. Craig, great race so far. Sid says the 21. No, keep the 88. Or who are they starting back racing? They're going to start back racing in a second. T. Lee's got the 18. Wow, that's a good one there. Swallowich. Doing it for Dale, Greg says. Derek Cope, Emerald. Allgaier starts the year with a victory for Rick. CeeLo, real name is Daryl. That's right. My real name is Daryl. 6 more yellows. Who knows? We got, how many cautions? We had 4. I want Little Gator, One World says. Craig says 27. 27. I guess I'll stay with Hill. Crossing fingers for the 42. How is the 70 car doing? The 70 car? Let's see where he's at. 70. Who's in the 70 car? Still getting used to all these names, these new names. 70 car? Let's see. I don't see a 70 car, but I also can't really see. All right, here we go.
To you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. And by Liberty Mutual. Only pay for what you need. First 2 stages in the books here at the World Center
Leland Honeyman. Okay,
Austin
sorry.
Hill wins them both. First under green.
Can barely see it. Oh, he's in 5th. He's in 13th. Sorry.
The pit lane
pit
is
stops.
open, and here come the front runners down Progressive Pit Road. Dylan.
Ryan Sieg peels off right there, finished 2nd, stage 2. Has been fast, but the balance still needs some help. They'll change right side tires and take air out of the right front. Sheldon Creed 2nd from the top said, "Good if I can get some help." Also asked for a little bit of tape on the nose, right side tires and fuel. Cam.
You see Justin Allgaier in that red 7 Chevrolet. The plan to take right side tires only. He said it's very stable. Car is good. Just a slight air pressure adjustment as fuel goes into. Austin Hill in that blue and white 21 at the bottom. They'll only take 2 tires. Austin said it is tight, especially off 4, but he's scared to mess with it because he was moving so good through
the
traffic.
7 has it in the bag.
There was a weird smell that happened 2 laps before the end of the stage. We saw that fluid on the camera. Nothing else from Austin. We'll keep up to breast on if there's any issues with the gear or something else.
21 team, one of the best last year on pit road, and no surprise that Austin Hill wins the race off Progressive Pit Road here again. 21 strong.
All right. See who comes out where. If it has it updated or not. Austin Hill, Allgaier, Taylor Gray, William Swallowich, Burton, Matty D, Chris Wright. Look at Our Motorsports in 7th. Jeremy Commence in 8th. Connor Zillage 9th. And Garrett Smithley in 10th. All right. So if you guys haven't checked out this CW cams yet, make sure you do that if you're just joining us. They are free on the CW app. I know some of y'all are having issues with the CW, but hopefully it'll get fixed next week and you guys can watch them as well. You can watch them on your iPad. You can watch them on your laptop, your phone, wherever you want to watch for free on the CW app. Make sure you go check them out. It's not as good as the NASCAR app that we had last year. They had that The battle cam and the aerial cam really spoiled us last year. NBC really spoiled us last year. So unfortunately, we won't have that anymore, as now the NASCAR Cup Series cams are now on HBO Max, and now the CW has their own cams that are on the CW app for free. So check those out, guys, if you want to watch it. If you have it unable to get, tomorrow we'll be live at 11:45 Central for the 500. So make sure you go check that out. Make sure we'll have that app later up today. I don't have it up yet, but everything else we've been up for a while, but we'll have the 500 up next Saturday at 3:30. We'll be up online 3 o'clock next Saturday for the Xfinity race for next Saturday. All right, NASCAR, all about that money. We're 900 here, hanging out, watching the race with us. You had the NBC coverage last season. NBC does sports pretty good. We had the NBC. We didn't have the NBC coverage. We had the app, the cams from NASCAR.com, which were free. And then NBC takes those cams and does their own thing with those cams. But we had just the raw cam that was free, just like this right here. It doesn't have anything on it. It has the CW in the corner, but I don't have that. See, all the info will keep you up to date. You can only watch in-car views in the CW. This is whack. Yeah, well, I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Back here and see something here. Can't show the race, Tim. All right. Oh, MRN. Sorry.
The front bumper from Sheldon Creed.
Steve Post, is there a story developing on race leader Austin Hill?
Not really sure, but the team is looking at the right rear tire, and there is some fluid on the outside of the right rear tire. So trying to get a determination if that came from their car or what they're saying. They've said nothing on the radio, absolutely nothing on the radio. And so right now, some of the cars behind them have seen on the NASCAR TV screen that this tire has had some fluid on it, and the drivers behind have been warned that the 21 of Austin Hill might be leaking something, but nothing has been said just yet. But the tire sits here on the rack, and it does have moisture on the outer edge of this Goodyear Racing Eagle.
We'll go green in one more lap.
Kyle Larson brings his Chevy in 4 tires, Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track.
All right, go green. We'll come back here in a second after this one lap.
That camera shot where we were seeing fluid off the back of the 21 car of Austin Hill. The team has that footage too. They have not said anything to Austin on the radio. Austin came on the radio during the caution, during this stop, and said, I smelled something weird about 2 laps ago when we were seeing that shot of the fluid on the camera. The team really didn't.
Greg says I can't get the CW in Australia.
They have not confirmed or denied anything. I asked maybe if there's an axle seal loose. No confirmation or denial on what exactly that is the issue with the 21 of Austin Hill.
Mum is the word. No confirmation
no good,
or denial.
Nothing good will come from telling him.
It's time for the race break. Brought to you by Safelite, the auto glass experts. 21's been the story of the night.
Yeah, but
just compare the front tire to the rear tire. You see how dull the front tire is.
Austin Hill won both stages, Ed.
And that's because there's axle crease.
Austin Hill won both.
Hub right there. It actually looks worse to me. The fact that you see all that on the inside, Parker, there's a chance it could go the whole race. But there's also a chance it might not go the whole race.
Kim was a great investigative reporter for us there. I think she did a great job, but that tire told a major story as well right there.
All right,
showing that grease on it. We'll see. When there's smoke, there's fire in these cars. When they start to lose fluids, they only have a short amount of time that they can last sometimes before that becomes a big problem.
CW is so wonderful, James says.
To begin this final stage, Austin Hill's led the most laps.
I don't know if you were being facetious or not, James.
Out front for him. Sheldon Creed's been great there all night. Taylor Gray's solid. Allgaier's going to restart in the top 5. And give some love to Sam Hunt Racing. Ryan Truex is 6. Dean Thompson.
You crave power, but your ride is holding.
I'm going to go Garrett Smithley in the 14th.
Green.
To the green flag here at Daytona.
you know what, guys? We haven't talked a lot about Taylor Gray. Every restart, we see him in the top 4. He has done.
CW is very good in Miami. 400 likes. Trying to go to 500. Help us get to 500 likes, Joe.
What did you guys say earlier? Get the education out of the way in stage 1 and stage 2. He's been in a position to do that.
And he's got a great teacher right behind him there in that black and green car. That's Ryan Truex. Put on a clinic on everyone here at Daytona in the summer last year. He's a great super speedway racer. Wants to get Sam Hunt racing their first win, and he's in great position here as we get to this 3rd stage. He's just methodically moving.
Restart violation? I don't know. I haven't heard.
He knows those Joe Gibbs racing cars really well, and I think he's got a fast Toyota as well.
Yeah, and we still have a lot of racing left, but I really like those top 4 in the outside row. You see the blue car, 21 Austin Hill. We've seen him win both stages. Behind him,
is he getting black flagged?
Then Justin Allgaier, then Jesse Love, who we know has
I'll see your Truex.
Well. Really like those.
Look at Ryan Truex, former champ here of this race last year.
They may have a little bit of history, Austin Hill and Sheldon.
4th place.
The race, Kim let us know that Austin felt like Sheldon was a great pusher, but then he spun out the 48. So I wonder if he still thinks that way.
What's going to be interesting, guys, is we know that Austin Hill is leaking a little bit of oil. We saw that tire. Is that covering Sheldon Creed's windshield right now?
Austin Hill dominated this insanity.
Really frustrating. I hated that when the windshield got dirty, because once oil gets on that, any dust or sand that we have down here, it sticks to it, and it makes it really hard to see out of.
You have like 3 laps to serve a penalty, right? Yeah. Did they give him one?
0072, straight line with you, bottom lane 10 back.
I love that information, because I can normally know the car that's right behind me, but I want to know who else is lined up. Is it my teammate that's
nice, Don? Have a good time.
Is my teammate going to go with me? Is it someone that I've worked with in the race earlier that I can depend on? Or is it someone that doesn't like me that I simply am not going to be able to depend on? That is great information that Austin Hill's getting from his spotter. Sheldon Creed has had enough.
Sheldon Creed. Here comes Ryan Sieg.
This year for Sheldon Creed. Goes over to the Haas factory team, and he's side by side with his old teammate Austin Hill. The 21 has dominated this race, but the Fords have had enough. Creed getting a push from Ryan Sieg in the bottom lane.
Oh, they're starting to get a little bit aggressive right now. Everybody's wanting to get in the front. Look at Austin Hill's hands on the top. Look at how loose he is when Justin Allgaier is starting to push him through the tri-oval. Worst place on the track to get pushed is in that tri-oval.
Absolutely the worst spot. It's just so hard to control.
Damn, I just found that out. Awesome, Rachel.
Huge runs, but it's just so dangerous to do, especially 52 laps.
Could Sheldon Creed finally do it?
He wanted to slide up in front of Austin Hill right there, so he could maybe get up and try to manage this race and control. Oh, look at how loose he's getting. Ryan Sieg in the 39.
Ryan Sieg, oh my gosh.
They're starting to get really aggressive, Parker.
And that takes 2 right there. When you see a car moving around like that, when they're really pushing each other out, that's not just Ryan Sieg who's making that issue happen. That's also what Sheldon Creed is doing in that race car. How's he connecting to it? What's he doing with the wheel once he gets bumped? Those things add up. So it's both of you are in that situation together. It's
close
not just
here.
on Ryan Sieg that you saw Sheldon Creed's car moving around.
Yeah, and Creed had a big decision right there. Who do I want to block? Because both of those lanes are going to have a run. Who do I think is going to stick with me? I'm shocked that he went to the top only because Ryan Sieg got him to the front. Seemed like he was loyal, but Creed now on top has control of the race.
And look who's crept back in here into the top 4 on that bottom row. The dog, Jeff Burton, he's sniffing the front once again. He wants it up there. He has done a great job, that 27 car, consistently, even when he's gotten shuffled out, finds his way back to the front right now in a great position.
Can't show the race, Jose.
Sheldon Creed, 13 career runner-up finishes, including
this is not the race. It's a commercial break. We're about to go to a commercial break.
His day for career victory number 1.
All right. Every time the cam goes to break, that means the CW.
50 laps to go tonight in Daytona. Let's take a trip to the Advent Healthcare Center in Alan Cavana.
Sheldon Creed leading. Sheldon Creed, the one that apologized for taking Nick Sanchez out of the race. He apologized a bit over the radio, apparently. What was your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, at least it was nice of him. Yeah, I mean, look at the end of it all. It's plate racing, right? So, yeah, I feel like maybe he wasn't totally square on my bumper, but, you know, it is what it is. I know stage end racing.
Trying to get to 500 likes. Help us out.
Points, so it happens. So, you know, no hard feelings there. And at the end of the day, it's just racing. And I'm really proud of my whole big machine, Spike Cooler Chevrolet. Scott Bruschetta, Patrick Donahue, you know, I think they brought a really good car. And, yeah, it was my first plate race in this car, and I felt very comfortable, you know, making
It's not
moves.
showing
And
any video right now.
We made good moves. We made smart moves. And, you know, you can only control, control, and, you know, can't control everything. So it is what it is.
All right, Nick Sanchez able to walk away
with
something of an understanding, but out of this race earlier after having a really, really good car.
Yeah, he was. When Allen started that, Sheldon Creed was the leader. He is no longer. He's all the way back to the number 4 spot because Austin Hill has made a power move to the point.
Yeah, guess who? Austin Hill with another muscle move to take over the lead. Ryan Sieg trying to hold off Allgaier.
And once again, in control of this race is Austin Hill. Inside of the racetrack off turn 2, moves up in front of Ryan Sieg now in the outside lane as they go back to turn 3.
Austin Hill's car is so good. He can try to push someone to the front. He can make moves himself, or he can hold his own very strongly, which is what he's doing right now in the lead.
Austin Hill can take that car on the racetrack wherever he wants to. Right behind him, Ryan Sieg, side by side for third.
James.
Jeb Burton trying to rally the troops down low. He's got the Toyota Supra of Taylor Gray stacked up right behind him with other Toyotas waiting in the wings as well.
Gray going to the low line behind Jeb Burton as they try and fight their way into the top 5. Austin Hill continues to lead the way off the banking in turn 2.
Outside lane beginning to advance just a bit off of turn 2 and up to Daytona Super Stretch, led by Austin Hill, Ryan Sieg, Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier. The side-by-side racing begins from 5th on back.
3 Ford Mustangs, then you've got 2 Chevrolet Camaros in the top 5 spots on the outside lane. Downstairs, they're starting to move forward. They're being led by Jeb Burton.
Off turn number 4, they come down to the line. 47 laps to go in the United Rentals 300 here at Daytona. I want to welcome back a good friend of the network here to Motor Racing Network, Mike Pricer, Marketing Manager, Toyota Gazoo Racing. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Good evening. It's great to be back and doing fantastic.
Well, great. Let's start talking about that. Fans hear Gazoo Racing. They hear about it. They see it out here on the Midway. What is that?
Yeah, so Gazoo Racing is part of our motorsports motorsports program.
I've been seeing that. What is that?
It all started in 2007 when Chairman and Master Driver Akio Toyota created the brand, and you really use it to inspire use motorsports to build better vehicles.
Alex mentioned the display out on the Midway. It is very impressive. We've got a lot of folks coming tomorrow. For those that are listening to Motor Racing Network tonight,
pay once, watch forever. Next time around, it'll be 45 laps to go for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and the season opener at Daytona. And we're closing in on a cycle of green flag pit stops. Once the
was amazing sunset.
You come down, get your service, so you can maintain track position should the caution
46 laps to go.
Ooh, look at that on the right, guys. You can see just a little bit of smoke. That means that issue is continuing to get worse. That's getting on the exhaust, getting on some components. Starting to get a little bit worried about the 21 right now.
Burning up as well in there. It's just getting hotter and hotter, so that's an issue.
I don't think the 21's going to survive, y'all.
Literally smoke right now.
And what I would be scared of right here is if something breaks and he's leading the pack, does it cause a big wreck? I'd be scared to be behind him right now,
and
guys.
I think we have radio from Justin Allgaier describing this exact thing with the 21.
My windshield is covered. It's like, can't see anything. That's close to 21. That's why I'm telling you to get off. 21's leaking.
Once I heard it was from the 21, it would get way worse.
Yeah, I'm on a time delay.
He needs to go to the pits, work on his car.
It's not live.
I don't want him out here on the track.
It's one way to beat him. That's right. It's out of the race.
Yes.
A lot on the line for Austin Hill. A win today would be 4 consecutive in the season opener. And he would tie Dale Earnhardt and Tony Stewart for the most drafting wins all time. He's fighting it out front. We'll see how long he can stay.
$450 for a motel, $100 for parking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, guys, what a run for Nick Sanchez. He was in 3rd when he got involved in that last incident, but you said it did not feel like a square push.
Yeah, I feel like the W0 might have been a little off of me, but I'd need to see a replay and see what really happened. But yeah, it's unfortunate for our old Big Machine Vodka Spike Cooler Chevrolet. I think it was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and yeah, it's really a shame. I don't know, what is it, lap 76, so 120 laps, and we're not there at the end. It sucks.
Getting good here, 44 to go.
Patrick Donahue, and we'll rebound for Atlanta.
All right, they tried to make repairs on pit road, but just too much damage, guys.
Good news is he did get some stage points in stage 1. That will help minimize the issues of his day.
I think we see Austin Hill migrating to the bottom because he wants to get in the right position to make that pit stop. He's tried as hard as he can to save as much fuel as he can. He's been able to lead this race. They want to make that pit stop when they pit as short as possible.
That record wheel is getting shiny again. You can literally see it on the 21 as we go to some of those outside shots. And that's a bad place for Sheldon Creed to be. If you've heard Justin Allgaier say it's bad, I've even seen a little bit of stuff.
Creed will hit the wall before this one's over, T-Van says. What's up, T-Van?
It's bad, and he's 2 cars back right now. We got another car smoking back there. It looks like
Lane Perkins. Lane Perkins changing teams in the
Lane Perkins smoking.
Going over to drive for
it's not live. It's not the coverage, Gary. It's the CW app.
Anytime you see that in the draft, it creates anxiety, makes you nervous. They bypass pit road one more time. Going to be 42.
Trying to get to 500 likes.
That's probably not an engine. I would think that's like a rear end or a power steering pump or something, because you see the smoke coming out, but he's not aborting right
21
now.
is getting.
It's a tire rub. It's not necessarily worse in the corners. It looks like he is trying to get out of the way right now. Maybe he is feeling something.
Starting to see it in the cockpit probably right there. You know, one of the things that can happen in these super speedway races, you run in that draft, you got to pay attention to those temperatures. You can quickly overheat these engines. When you run back there, you don't get any air to the engine. You stick behind the car in front of you. You lose track of time. You look down and you're 300 degrees in the water temp, and the oil is spiking, and that's a really bad moment. If you've gone that far, sometimes it's toast for the engine.
Yep. Coming to 41 to go.
Oh!
Leaders stay out. They won't pit this time. The other thing I notice, you know, it's not just about getting yourself in that bottom lane and
41 laps to go here.
To be able to pit. You have to have.
Can Austin Hill survive?
With you. And Austin Hill's teammate is in that outside lane talking about Jesse Love. So how will they manage this? Here's some 21 radio.
I have my own kind of issues with smoke in the cockpit. It smells really bad in here, like a rear end or something that's burning up.
And that's a very distinct smell.
Oh my gosh.
When you smell rear end grease, it's just a really acidic smell that you have in the race car. It's different than just normal oil.
Hit that like, hit that sub, y'all. Trying to get to 29,100.
You use all your senses in a race car, your smells, your sounds, all those things out.
Allgaier made a move.
You have more?
Yeah, you guys heard him talk about the smoke in the cockpit, the smell being really bad. He said his gauges are all fine, though. Crew Chief Chad Haney came on the radio and said, ignore it the best you can. We're going to just run it out with 40 laps to go here.
You smell a crash coming?
Yeah, he's telling him to ignore it because they know that there's oil all over the tires. And as Parker said, rear end grease, nothing stinks as bad as burnt rear end grease. So you know that smells a driver. Everybody at some point in this field has lost a rear gear. There's a chance, though, if that's leaking, the smoke could be coming from if it's slinging it up and getting it on the exhaust or just getting on the hot parts that you see. It looks like we're going to have some.
It's like Austin Hill's in
right
pits.
Allgaier really locks up that left front. Is that going to affect what they decide to do? I would think it's fuel only, but if you slide that left front too far, Parker, you're going to have to put tires on.
And that's a determination he has to make coming down pit road to tell
Checker
the team,
records for Hill. Yep.
It's got a vibration. We've got to change that. This is all the
fixing it for Hill right now.
Yeah, and as you see that red Chevrolet peeling off, that's the brand Chevrolet of Justin Allgaier. He reported it was tighter this run. You see them taking those right side tires, filling it full of fuel. Austin Hill in too. We have documented his issues. Smoke
We're
in
back,
the cockpit,
Kevin.
a weird smell. He also said he was getting
Thank you,
a really
Robert.
bad
Thank you, Minnie.
Feels like the car is maybe on the verge of breaking as he is sitting on pit road. They're trying to fill it up full of fuel and maybe diagnose what's happening underneath there. You saw the crewman under the right rear of that car.
These are scheduled green flag pit stops. Ryan Sieg had cycled to the
So
front.
he's on the track, sitting there. I think it's it for Austin Hill.
On track, he does not pit. He's got the Ford of Sheldon Creed behind him. As more Chevrolets make pit stops under green, leading the way here. The 8 of Sammy Smith.
Yeah, and a great job by Sammy Smith today. I talked to crew chief Philip Belt. He said that win at Talladega last fall gave him so much more confidence to make the big moves here. This is exactly how they planned. It's going to be fuel only as he is down and away.
What's up? NASCAR's back. Barry Bigelow, what's up, man? Good to see you.
And that last time around, the 7 of Justin Allgaier.
So Austin Hill probably done.
Yeah, it looked like Garrett Smith actually went long there and was in Patrick's pit stall, and it just blocked him out.
I think he's driven the 07 before, and he actually went to the 07 pit box.
Any bike mob, thanks for the sub.
He was able to back up, and it really hurt Patrick Everly.
Well, guys, based on that sequence, we saw the 21 having those issues. It has now opened this race up. Austin Hill has led 56 laps. It's now open to the rest of the field.
And there he sits.
Austin Hill done.
Right of your screen, on board with Garrett Smithley. It's the Hire Heroes USA onboard camera.
So Ryan Sieg, Austin,
NASCAR's probably telling
Sheldon Creed.
Go out so they get this oil fixed so it doesn't cause an accident, oil the track down. Obviously, it's not a small leak. It's continued to get worse. And that's so frustrating for that driver you see right there.
When you saw smoke building in the cockpit like that, that's just continually adding to the issue, and you know that's an issue that's not going to go away easily.
And as you're looking at Justin Allgaier, they had a disastrous pit stop when they came in. It looked like they had all kinds of issues. And this right here is for him to stay on the lead lap. Let's take a look actually at what the 7-car fought. It looks like it's on the left side. The right side was okay.
Announcers are creating controversy. All right, Alex. Good night, buddy.
It was actually a 17-second pit stop. I think there was probably some issues that happened on the right side as well.
Well, and I also believe he probably lost some of the people he was with who just did fuel only. Obviously, the 21 sat on pit road who came down with him. Yeah. So he lost all that help and just doesn't have any drafting help, and you're going to get swallowed up by all these cars that have chosen to stay out there. And you saw 2 waves of Chevys, but we still have some Chevys that stayed out there. Jeff Burton, the 27, and Jesse Love in the 2-car there who chose to stay on track and now mixed in with these Fords.
You know, Jesse Love just couldn't get down in that bottom lane to pit with his teammate in those other Chevrolets. It may end up working out for the 2-car.
Well, he's going to be multiple laps down.
Garrett Smithley make his pit stop.
Yeah, he literally. Yeah,
he's 4 laps down, so yeah, he's done.
Pit stall, yeah, stopped right where he needed to be.
Those are teammates. You hate that.
But it's so big under green.
Car that dominated all day.
You're going to lose a draft. You might even lose the lap if it stays green long enough because you're not running the same speed as the guys in the draft. That's so frustrating.
And we got a single file freight train of about 3, 6, 9 cars.
Great opportunity, full season, the 14, but he's driven the 07 before. He's been in other numbers, and he probably just had that Freudian moment of just going down there and thinking, oh, that's my pit box. That's my pit sign, and it wasn't.
So if you're in this race, you come into the day saying
34 laps to go.
I've got to beat to 21. Now Austin Hill is out. Do you reset a little bit, or does that change your thought process as we hit the latter stages?
Well, sure you do. Yeah, I mean, this guy's
Allgaier got robbed
today. He's been the best athlete. He's won the last 3 races in February here at Daytona.
Where is Allgaier?
Knowing that he's out of this, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It opens up. You see Jesse Love right there in the red 2 has his hand out the window. That means he's pitting this time. That's his signal to Harrison Burton right behind him. Sam Mayer, Justin Bonsignor, that he's going to pit right here. It'll be interesting to see if all these guys come down together. I would get nervous with that many at one time because you lose a little bit of time getting on pit road when everyone's trying to get slowed down.
It's incredibly slick as we see them all coming down. It's really tough to get slowed up and not lock up those tires, but they all do a great job.
Yeah, Sam Mayer did an exceptional job right there getting down to
Creed, don't screw it up.
Dylan.
And a caution.
For Ryan Sieg.
Oh, no.
We got a crash in the infield. Big
Chris Wright,
all the way to the left.
Our Motorsports.
So nobody came to the inside of him as he tried to.
What's with the deal with these cars losing their hoods?
As we can see on our screen, everybody coming to pit road, this is when you run the risk of problems. We get our 5th caution of the day.
Oh,
Chris Wright
that sucks.
Saw the 91 of Josh Bilicki also sliding through the grass.
So the leaders were on pit road.
21's pulled back out of the pits here, although many laps down.
5 laps down.
There. What happened here on this green flag stops is the majority of what we saw there that came down pit road did fine, but at the back of that group, it looked like Chris Wright and Josh Bilicki got together in some fashion, and it is so difficult to pit here after you've been going 109
what's the deal with the hoods?
for hours. If you look back at this replay, that's
the 5 car.
Yeah, the blue and white. Oh, he is going way too fast.
Oh my gosh!
Not even close. Not even close to hitting this.
He nailed Sam Mayer.
That's unbelievable.
Was that Sam Mayer he nailed? No, Blaine Perkins.
55 miles an hour. I mean,
he couldn't stop.
Where's he going?
Double that.
You got to feel so bad for Bilicki too.
Oh my
He's
gosh!
going pit road speed,
and he caught a little bit of Ryan Truex.
It was Chris Wright from Our Motorsports in the 5.
Control on that as well, and that's
oh my gosh!
Point. That is just completely missing.
Maybe he lost brakes. Like you don't know. Maybe he got on the brakes there. It looks like he had no brakes.
There was like nothing happening.
Yeah, maybe he just had no control over his car.
Because that Sunoco sign off turn 4. That's a great reference for people as you come off of turn 4. You use
he was like kamikaze.
It's
weird. I can
just
see
nailed
the
him.
brakes locked up. If you look at the top of the screen.
Oh so my god!
Maybe he lost like just rear brakes. And that's the fronts locked up. But
and you don't hit that pedal that hard.
See
until you come down pit road.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he's just got...
No, it looked like he just misjudged that.
Man.
He had nothing he could do. Didn't even look like he was slowing his brakes down.
Get out here, but you don't get to do that until you do the green flag.
And he's from ARCA. Your first time in the Xfinity Series.
That's one thing that you
and there goes Austin Hill to the back of the garage.
Yeah, I do find it different in the draft. You add that extra mile per hour, you see Austin Hill going behind the wall here. Man, it was looking like he could continue to set new records.
Yeah.
There's nothing he did.
Thanks for the subs, y'all. We're over 29,100.
With those drivers making pit stops, Justin Allgaier got back on the lead lap. He had gone a lap down, of course, when they had the big pit issue, but he's back in the game, and this caution will no doubt help him when we tighten the field up. Let's get some Josh Bilicki radio from the 91.
We got Chris Wright. Nothing I can tell you, man. He had a beeline on you and never even checked up.
Yeah, we had a awesome slowdown. I thought we were going to pass a couple cars there. I wasn't feeling anything up, but that was a hard hit.
Cautions breed cautions. The big one's coming.
That he's frustrated, but I think we got to hear from Chris Wright to see if there was an issue on his car. He's frustrated because it's messed his race up.
How about it, Kim?
We got 31 laps to go.
Chris Wright had no brakes during that incident, was the report on the radio.
No brakes for Chris Wright.
And that makes sense. With the speed
I'm glad he had no brakes.
So if you didn't have brakes, why didn't you swing to the other side?
Your braking point. He was going double the speed.
Could have swerved or something.
Junior here stopped.
Look, no brakes.
Caution out for the fifth time
swung
today.
Or something.
It happens in a cycle of green flag pit stops.
All right, so that's interesting. Chris Wright, our motorsports new driver, no more fast pasta. And he nails Josh Bilicki. That ends his day. But Cesar Bacarella, is that how you say his name? In that 45 Chevrolet Chevrolet Creed. They're in second, third. Sam Mayer, I see you, Mayer. And Jesse Love in fourth place. Super MRN's at commercial as well. So at this time, make you guys hit that like for us. We're trying to get to 500 likes. 500 likes on the stream. We really haven't been pushing that. And right above here, 29,100. You get 2 pies to the face tomorrow during the 500. I promise you that. And then we will take care of that pie to the face, 2 of them. If we can get to 30,000 tomorrow, we'll get 3 pies to the face. I doubt that'll happen. But thank you, Bubba's Dipping Channel. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. For all the love, guys, today, as we are back, our first Speed Weeks back since last year. And it's been a big difference. Undercover brother would have known how to drive a car with no brakes. That's right. Like, all you had to do, couldn't he just he had plenty of time to swerve. I mean, no brakes. There was nobody really coming to the outside, but I guess you're in a car. I really can't speak for him. You got America Online Mail, CeeLo. All right. So Brian says 91 said, this is ridiculous. I did everything right. Yeah, he was there. He was slowing down everything. Roblin and James, thanks for subscribing as well. 30,000 by tomorrow. I bet that. Well, I don't know about that. 900 more subs to 30,000. But definitely 30,000 here pretty soon. We're having a fun time here. But thank you guys for all the subs and all the stuff today. We appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, the Daytona 500 will be on at 11:45 for pre-race. And we'll do race starts at 12:30. So we'll be on for 45 minutes before the race starts. We'll have our pre-race ceremonies, all that good stuff for the Daytona 500, and keep your fingers crossed for no rain. No rain. You can turn right. You can't turn that right that fast, especially when you got shocked with no brake. I guess so. Like I said, I wasn't in that car. I can't say that he could have had opportunities, but you would have thought if he would have hit the brake, he would have noticed he wasn't slowing down way back there. I mean, but you never know. Free subs, I'll have a turkey. There you go. Finger isn't in the race. Yeah, Grant Finger was yesterday. He just aimed for a gap. He was like, maybe I can get through. You'll be at Daytona tomorrow. Awesome, James. Make sure you come in the chat and make sure you say hi. Josh Bilicki got jacked up by Chris Wright. He did, Joshua. And it might rain tomorrow. That's why they've upped the race for an hour early, so that's good. Looks like Allgaier is back on the lead lap. Lucky break for Little Gator, Big J says. Larry said he had Code Brown. Code Brown. 2 green flags. Green at 1:30 pre-race, so 12:30 pre-race. 1:30 race pre-race. I thought it was. Okay, I have to look at the times then. I'll have to check it out. Look at MRN here.
Looks like, Steve Post, some of these drivers are beginning to slowly inch their way towards you, including Jeremy Clements.
Yeah, Jeremy Clements, a former winner here at Daytona, brings his car in. Major chassis adjustment on that thing. They're topping it off with Sunoco fuel. Getting Jeremy a drink of water, handing that in there as well. Need to note also from that incident at the end of pit road, Ryan Truex, who's had a nice run inside the top 10, he got a little collateral damage. The right rear of his car got dinged as Chris Wright went through, and they continue to work on the right side, and they're going to make a chassis adjustment to adjust for that damage on the right rear of Ryan Truex automobile.
Right now, Ryan.
Well, I'm still waiting on the final verdict. It's either a rear hub or gear or a combination of both. Such a bummer. We had such a fast Bennett Chevrolet. It was as fast as Xfinity Mobile. Everybody at RCR,
awesome,
ECR have done a great job building this race car. We showed that we were the dominant team again. Was able to get the stage wins there. So I just wish that we could have lost this race on our own terms and it not be from a mechanical failure. I'd almost rather get turned on the backstretch on the white flag lap and end up on my lid than end it like this. So yeah, this one's going to sting a little bit, but we have Atlanta next week. I feel like we're going to be good all year long in 2025. So I feel really, really good about this Bennett Chevrolet team. Can't say enough about all the guys. I want everyone behind me to, keep their head up. I know everyone's beating themselves right now, but these things happen. This is why it's so hard to win in this level. You have mechanical failures. You have other things that happen on the racetrack with other drivers, and you might get in a wreck that wasn't your doing. So for us to win 3 in a row like we did, it showed the testament to everybody at RCR, and these things are going to happen. So, like I said, I want everyone in this 21 team to hold their head up. We're just going to come back stronger in Atlanta and show them how it's done.
I know not the night you wanted. What do you think about the racing, though, and some of the pushes you were getting to give and get?
Yeah, I think that the greatest thing about it is we can make our car better. Our car's already extremely fast, but I think our Chevrolet can be better. It can be better at sucking up. It can be better at breaking through the bubble. It seemed like when the 7 was in front of me, it was really hard to break through that buffer and that wall of air that we always talk about. But then when I was leading, it seemed really, really good. I almost thought my car was too good at times because I could get 2 or 3 car lengths out, and I am like off the throttle. I'm on the brake pedal, and I'm trying not to get too far away. So that was actually the toughest part about leading the line is I could just get too far out too quickly at times. So like I said, it just goes to show the testament of this RCR organization. Everybody at ECR, big power behind our engines, and I'm ready for a fun year.
Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, thank you.
Seems like they left some stuff on the table. We'll see them back at Atlanta, where that search for the 8th drafting track win for Austin will continue.
That's a great point, Kim, and I thought the same thing. What a leader. I mean, that guy gets out, had this great day. You can tell he's a little frustrated, but he's talking about what his team needs to do, how they're going to recover from that. You see his owner, Richard Childress, right there. He also talked about he led the most laps of anyone ever in a Daytona race today. And what did he say? He's like, we got to get better. Yep. That's what you have to do in this sport. You always have to try to get your car better, no matter how good you are.
And I sat in those competition meetings with him last year, and that was always his critique of these race cars, was the way, even when he was on a streak of winning at these super speedways, he felt the cars could be better and pushed everyone in the organization at RCR to make the cars faster, to find the ways to make them break the bubble better. And he mentioned lifting off and braking when he's in the lead. That is classic Austin Hill. He controls the front by doing that, but it takes fast race cars that he knows he has, and even though they can be better, and there's always the improvement. It's constant improvement in this game because it's always changing, it's always evolving. Even when you've been as dominant as them, you've got to continue pushing.
Austin Hill out of the race, the new man in charge, Sheldon Creed. Let's go to Dylan.
Well, he's finished second 13 times. That's been well documented, including in this race last year. This was crew chief Jonathan Toney's message with 27 to go.
The objective all the time is to put our man in a place that he can go win us the race. Might as well go ahead and break the ice here tonight and get you a win.
Yeah, it'd be a good night to do it.
I'd on mute, that's why.
Keep her up here in the wind.
They've been up front all day by design, and I'm really curious here.
How's the
Sheldon talked
O2
before the race about how aggressive he was going to be taking runs. He watched and learned from Austin Hill. Now that the 21's gone, how aggressive is Creed going to be to try to stay at the front of the field?
Great question, Dylan. And actually talking to Sheldon this morning about this, I said, hey, you know, where's that win going to come? He said it absolutely could be here today. He's so calm, though. He's such a calm race car driver. When you hear on the radio, that's him all the time. His demeanor is like that. But, you know, he's been in this position so many times. I feel like at this point, it's second nature. Why in there twice? Speedways. He's always at the front. He's always in the top.
Why is their names in there twice?
There, and Dylan, you said it. Now he's kind of been the second best car. He has control of this now. Don't relinquish it.
He's also always aggressive. He doesn't need anyone to tell him to be more aggressive. He's always aggressive. And it's interesting to see both he and Sam Mayer first year over here at the Haas factory team. You see them 1 and 2.
What's up, sir?
I would tell my driver right now if I was in the car and I was thinking.
All right, we're going to go to MRN radio for the start.
Okay, there is still a lot of time
Second,
left in this race.
13 times
27 laps.
In the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Ryan Sieg, he's been having good runs tonight. He has finished runner-up 5 times.
Ryan
Could
Sieg
tonight possibly be the night that either one of them breaks into victory lane? We're going to find out here in 26 laps. But it has been a good one. If you're just joining us, we just spoke with Austin Hill, who finds himself in the garage after a mechanical problem.
Oh, heck, here's
Alex,
Chris Wright.
had a lot of comers and goers.
Just the way things stacked up, you know, I really feel bad
for
all the guys out on track, First National Bank guys, our guys, put a lot of hard work in. Just, I really feel bad for the 91 there. It won't happen again. Just miscommunication there.
So did you lose brakes or no?
We had a braking issue on pit road the stop before, and we were planning on just getting the brakes a little bit sooner, getting out of turn 4, coming to pit road, and was unfortunate with the way it happened.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So he did lose his brakes.
The spotter miscommunication. If maybe they just didn't.
In position number 10. Connor Zillich is 11th. Josh Williams is 12th, and Sammy Smith 13th. Anthony Alfredo goes 14th. Dean Thompson is 15th. As we will go down the top 20, Parker Retzlaff is 16th. Justin Allgaier, Matt DiBenedetto, Jeremy Clements, and Greg Van Alst.
Let's go to the Advent Healthcare Center.
Chris Wright has been checked out.
All right, here's Chris Wright again.
The incident was jarring coming down to pit road. What happened out there with your car?
Yeah, we just had some bad miscommunication, spotter, pit crew. Ultimately it's my fault, but just wish we had some better planning and just stuff like that. We had a brake issue coming to pit road, stopped before, and we planned on getting off track way sooner than we did to compensate for that brake issue, but all in all, just unfortunate for us, the 91, our guys, First National Bank, really feel bad for all of them.
What can you do in that situation? Were you out of control?
Yeah, went to the break, and there was nothing there for about 2 seconds, and 2 seconds out here is 2 football fields. So just really hate it for everybody. Got it.
It looked like a tough incident. Are you okay?
That's not what he told the TV.
Hope the guy in the 91's all good.
That's Chris Wright taking the blame, explaining the issue. What happened out there? It was scary looking.
Yeah, it was, and hate that for him and Josh Balicki, who was the collateral damage. A moment ago,
it was a spotter issue.
The top 20 on the Straight Talk leaderboard. Here's the rest of the runners.
21st is Cesar Baccarella. Carson Quapple is 22nd. Joey Gase is 23rd. Jordan Anderson is 24th, and Jeb Burton is 25th. 26th is Josh Balicki. Leland Honeyman is 27th. Ryan Truex is 28th.
I wish
Garrett
this would
Smithley
pause,
is 29th.
but it doesn't.
And Patrick Emmerling is running in 30th.
Chris Wright will be out of the race, currently in 31st position. Austin Hill out in 32nd. Same with Blaine Perkins, 33rd. Brennan Poole, 34th. Nick Sanchez, 35th. Kyle Sieg, 36th. Brandon Jones, 37th. And Daniel Dye, 38th.
Field is lined up for the restart, double wide. The lights are off atop the safety car. They have just cleared turn 4. Pace car is headed to the pit lane when they come to the start-finish line and receive the green flag. It'll be 25 laps to go here at Daytona. Sheldon, Creed, Sam Mayer, 1 and 2. But Mayer will start behind Creed. That'll give Jesse Love lane choice down low and the lead as they race off to turn number 1.
Jesse Love has the top spot, but only by a nose as they run side by side. Sheldon Creed now begins to inch ahead. He's got drafting help from Sam Mayer. Front 4 under a blanket as they exit turn 2.
And beginning to pull away just a bit among the top 4 with Jesse Love leading the way on the inside lane as they make their way up the Daytona super stretch. Sheldon Creed in the outside lane. Nose to nose into turn number 3, 10 rows deep.
Now Jesse Love able to squeak ahead after some drafting assistance courtesy of Harrison Burton. So it's Love and his red and white Chevy trying to block both lanes of traffic off turn 4.
He's going to be successful in that endeavor for the moment as they come back down to the tri-oval. 24 laps to go now. Outside lane, Jesse
24
Love.
to go.
He maintains the lead by himself, but he looks in the mirror and sees double guns a coming.
Yeah, there's traffic high and low trying to track him down as they make their way into turn number 1. Jesse Love climbs the banking to the outside lane to block the onslaught of Sheldon Creed. Bottom lane is open for Harrison Burton.
And he has some drafting help just behind him in the form of Ryan Sieg as they make their way up the back straightaway. Outside lane beginning to advance just a bit with Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, and Taylor Gray.
Behind Taylor Gray, 5th in line on the outside, that's William Sawalich. Downstairs on the inside lane, that is where you find Harrison Burton trying to push that lane forward.
Garrett Smithley's car has no power. He is coasting to the pit lane right now as the leaders race by. 23 to go. Remember, you cannot lock bumpers here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. If you do, you'll face penalties. Dave, we're seeing a lot of rat-a-tat-tat on these bumpers right now.
Yeah, rat-a-tat-tat is fine. A bump is fine, but locking on and staying on, decidedly not a good idea. They're all chasing Jesse Love.
That inside lane continuing the fade. Only 5 or 6 cars on the bottom. Everybody beginning to migrate to the top of the racetrack. Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed, and Sam Mayer among the leaders.
Those drivers continue to run up against the outside safer barrier. The drivers on the inside lane still fighting hard, but they are continuing to lose ground to this pack on the top side of the racetrack.
They do have significant numbers downstairs, however, just not enough momentum down there to pull even with the top 4, now make it top 5 cars. Jesse Love keeps everybody at bay headed to turn 1.
For the moment, everybody content just to follow in his tire tracks, at least the first 5 or 6 content to do so. Down low, trying to fight their way back forward, Harrison Burton with Ryan Sieg.
Ryan Sieg on his back bumper, and again, 6 or 7 cars still on the inside lane, about the same amount top side, but they have the momentum. Momentum in the outside lane, led by Jesse Love into the corner.
Further up, watching the 3rd place car of Sam Mayer, has had a quiet and good day so far this afternoon. He's content to ride behind the machine of Sheldon Creed and the leader.
I do have it.
All of a sudden, Harrison Burton begins to surge forward at the bottom of the racetrack. He was on the verge of falling out in the top 5, maybe in the top 10, but now he comes to life. He'll inch forward to 5th. He'll inch forward to 4th. Harrison Burton trying to drag the field forward in a side-by-side battle for 3rd.
Burton, who's had some fairly significant damage just behind the right front tire, virtually from the early laps of this race. It's not slowing him down. He's going for the lead.
Ryan Sieg, Ryan Ellis all lined up on the inside lane. That's beginning to come back to life. Harrison Burton now just outside of the top 3 with momentum heading into the corner behind race leader Jesse Love.
Just when we thought the inside lane was going to be down and out, they have now surged ahead, and Harrison Burton now by half a car length takes the lead away from Jesse Love.
What a drive on the inside lane, and that's spearheaded by Harrison Burton back to the line. Burton will side draft Jesse Love. Love will lead this lap by 1/100th of a second. They're that even headed back to turn 1.
Burton now backsliding again on the inside line. Back to the number 3 spot as first Jesse Love and now Sheldon Creed move by, but the drafting help is on its way. Ryan Sieg arrives, and here comes Burton again.
Here comes Burton within a car length of race leader Jesse Love, who had a couple of car lengths back to his drafting help behind him off of turn 2 as he continues to lead the outside lane. Momentum goes down to the bottom.
Here comes Harrison Burton with a great shove from his back bumper, courtesy of Ryan Sieg. Burton goes back to the point. It's Sieg and Love tangling for 2nd.
Oh, Harrison Burton.
Off the corner, new leader, Harrison Burton. He'll pull out in front, but he'll stay with his allegiance on the bottom. He won't leave Ryan Sieg hanging. He'll stay side by side with Jesse Love for the lead. 3rd driver in line on the bottom. What about the run for Ryan Ellis right now?
Ryan Ellis is right there, 3rd on the bottom row with Connor Zillage in his rearview mirror. They are side by side again for the top spot.
Jesse Love not giving up in the outside lane. Pulls back up alongside Burton for the top spot, and he has drafting help from Sheldon Creed. Creed now up to 2nd. second. Sam Mayer also in that outside lane. They're 3 wide for fourth.
3 wide into turn number 3. Connor Zilic, the first driver, split in the middle. Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier, they're all 3 wide.
Yeah, let's go 3 wide racing at Daytona now as we get down to it. 18 to go here at the World Center of Racing. Jesse Love on the outside lane leads it. He's got Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer stacked up. From there on back, it's a hornet's nest to turn 1.
With the withdrawal of a truly dominant Austin Hill, this one is anybody's ball game. Jesse Love on the point. Sheldon Creed is second. Dipping down for a low peak is Sam Mayer.
Keeping an eye on Justin Allgaier, beginning to climb back up through the field. Made a 3 wide move a lap ago, and now is the third car in line on the bottom behind Connor Zilic and Sammy Smith.
Look at him
and now Sheldon Creed who takes the lead.
Sheldon Creed surging ahead. He'll go back to the lead. Jesse Love on the outside lane has got drafting help with Sam Mayer.
A lap ago, Justin Allgaier found himself right in the middle of the stew. He was about 11th position in the middle of a 3 wide. He has broken free of that. Now Allgaier is right behind his teammate Sammy Smith. They are second and third in line on the bottom of the racetrack with 17 to go.
17 to go. Trying to claw his way forward. He will follow Sammy Smith for the moment. Behind him is Carson Quapple as the Junior Motorsports troops try to make a play.
Including Connor Zilic, who leads that inside lane. Sammy Smith in the second spot. Now it's going to be Jesse Love going outside, back to the bottom.
Jesse Love, you see those two?
Daytona Super Stretch.
So far, Jesse Love has been successful in that venture. He puts his Chevrolet right against the bottom side of the racetrack. Connor Zilic and Sheldon Creed fight side by side for second.
They're going to have to deal with a slower car that is well off the pace. That's Brennan Poole. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes the lead pack, spearheaded by Jesse Love. Brennan Poole goes all the way to the bottom, and the draft will bypass.
He will pull down to the bottom of the racetrack after sustaining some pretty serious damage earlier on today. Everybody makes their way by with no issues. Jesse Love continues to show the way, but Connor Zilic is right there.
Got to look to the inside, but Jesse Love slammed the door off of turn number 2. Cut back to the bottom of the speedway. Now goes back topside in front of Sheldon Creed. Zilic continues to lead the inside lane with his Junior Motorsports teammates behind him.
Those 2 Junior Motorsports teammates for Zilic are Sammy Smith and Justin Allgaier. They have found Connor Zilic and are trying to shove him forward.
15 laps to go in Daytona. Jesse Love reclaims the lead, but they are swinging and swaying further back, leaning on each other. It's getting down to crunch time at Daytona. Who's it going to be that's going to take home the checkered flag tonight? Jesse Love in the catbird seat right now. Double-barreled action at his back door.
No shortage of people looking to take that position away from him, but for the moment, he bobs down, he bobs high and low, trying to keep everybody in the rearview mirror.
Including Connor Zilic, who was the second car on the bottom, now leads the bottom as Jesse Love goes to the outside lane to block the advances of Sheldon Creed, who was in the second spot, side by side with Zilic for that position.
There's been a lot of bump drafting going on behind Jesse Love. Neither line, though, has been able to get a run to get around Jesse Love. Love continues to hold the point, working both lanes of traffic.
He drifts way up, right up against the safer barrier off turn number 4. Now gets it back to the middle of the racetrack. Connor Zilic on the inside lane. Sheldon Creed, he'll lead the draft on the outside, but trying to block both lanes is Jesse Love.
Double barrel damage Jesse Love's back door. He's done a good job so far of holding them all off. This time through turns 1 and 2, he goes to the bottom to shut down Connor Zilic. He'll drift a little wide, but hold the low line off too.
Jesse Love so strong at the front of the field, looks exactly like his teammate of Austin Hill in the first half of this race.
Keep that like for us and that subscribe.
Outside, back to the outside lane in turn 3.
There is going to be a coordinated effort needed if they're going to get around Jesse Love right now to win this race. Love again against the double yellow line. Here is Sheldon Creed moving to the bottom off turn 4.
Now here comes Sheldon Creed. He'll swing way wide. Love will throw the block. The moves are getting more aggressive. The blocks are becoming more pronounced. It's a ticking time bomb here in Daytona, Dave. All we can do is hang on, but this pack could explode at a moment's notice.
There's no doubt about it. Everybody giving it pretty close to 100%. Wow, Sheldon Creed puts the squeeze on Connor Zilic. Zilic elbows his way through. He's got the lead on the back straightaway.
Inside lane finds momentum off of turn 2. Here comes Connor Zilic looking for the top spot with drafting help from Sammy Smith and Justin Allgaier. Jesse Love leading the outside lane by a half car length.
Connor Zilic, though, fighting back on the inside. He is dead even with Jesse Love. Love to his outside. Connor Zilic trying to have his Junior Motorsports teammates push him to the front.
As a matter of fact, he's got 4 of them right there, including himself. Junior Motorsports on the inside lane are the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th cars in line. Then Jeb Burton is the number 5 car in line at the bottom of the racetrack.
Teammates are a wonderful thing to have right about now, but on the final lap or two, teammates will throw you to the wolves and go every man for himself. At the front, side by side for the lead. Zilic down low, Love up high.
Jesse Love in the outside lane has drafting help from Sheldon Creed. Inside lane, Junior Motorsports Chevrolet getting a little bit racing. One car diving out of line. That's Carson Quapple making it 3 wide for 5th.
Carson Quapple, a daring move, and he puts his teammate Justin Allgaier in the middle. Allgaier with no drafting help is now going to fall outside of the top 10.
Carson Quapple just booted his teammate Justin Allgaier to the middle lane, and Allgaier begins to plummet. Dave just mentioned it. We get down to the end of these things in Daytona, and it's every man for himself.
SPG, it's not
Push
SPG.
has come to shove, and right now, everybody's just trying to elbow to get their piece of real estate.
And Jesse Love has elbowed his way back to the front of the pack as he wins that side-by-side battle with Connor Zilic. He drops down to the bottom to block Zilic, slides up to block Sheldon Creed.
Comes Connor Zilic back to the inside of the racetrack. Jesse Love goes topside in front of Sheldon Creed. That gives Zilic a little bit of room on the bottom. They do not have the momentum. Sammy Smith still 2nd car in line on the bottom.
Sammy Smith trying to push Connor Zilic forward, but they just don't have the push at the moment. Up front, Jesse Love now has joined the machinist Sheldon Creed on the outside lane.
Sheldon Creed keeps taking a peek there. Jesse Love doing a masterful job of blocking. Creed looks to the inside. 10 laps to go in Daytona. It's Jesse Love continuing to pull the field.
Sheldon Creed all over him, all over the back bumper as they hit the banking in turn number 1. Connor Zilic has faded back into a side-by-side battle for the number 5 position. He'll try to rally the troops again in that low line.
Inside lane beginning to fade just a bit. Connor Zilic showing the way on the inside of the racetrack. Sammy Smith and his teammates of Carson Quapple behind him.
These guys,
outside lane right now,
someone's going to spin somebody.
Jesse Love.
By the time they get to turn 3, Kyle, that inside lane has all but dissolved.
Somebody's going to spin somebody.
Sheldon Creed, he wants the lead. What a move. Creed tries to go to the point.
Creed inside, Creed outside. Creed comes to the bottom of the racetrack. They're going to squeeze around lap traffic. They will do it at the line. Love will lead by a fender, but Sheldon Creed is going to dive for the bottom. He's going to take his teammate and Sam Mayer along with him.
White knuckle time at the World Center of Racing. Sheldon Creed to the inside of Jesse Love for the lead. He needs drafting help, and coming hard is Sam Mayer. He'll push him to the lead.
Here comes Jesse Love to the bottom of the racetrack off of turn number 2. Now swings wide. Sheldon Creed leads the inside lane. Sam Mayer tucked in behind him along with Connor Zilic, but it's still Love.
Love to the bottom of the racetrack. Checks his mirror. He's got Sheldon Creed in lockstep formation behind him. Taylor Gray has emerged out of seemingly nowhere and now leads the outside lane.
Hold your breath racing here in Daytona with 8 laps to go. It continues to be Jesse Love up front. He's got them side by side from 2nd on back. Now a 3rd lane begins to organize and things get shuffled up.
And indeed, where did Taylor Gray come from? He has materialized once again at the front of the pack. He's in a side-by-side battle.
There's a 6th caution. There's a tire.
Number 3, they tangle. Turned around, sliding up the banking, trying to save the race car, but Justin Bonsignor can't do it, and they are piling it up at the exit of turn 2.
Caution is on the speedway. It will be for the 6th time of the evening. Justin Bonsignor looked like Leland Honeyman. That could have been Anthony Alfredo involved. Several cars crash and collide as they exit turn number 2 in front of Dave Moody.
Justin Bonsignor got gathered up as they were swapping positions and changing lines midway between 1 and 2. He got turned sideways, and for a moment, he was going to be able to save it as he drifted down onto the apron. He was not able to save it. He spun the car around. A couple of others went for rides as well. They have all cleared the scene, even Bonsignor, who's got some damage on his machine.
Caution on the speedway for the 6th time in tonight's race. We're down to just 7 laps to go.
Wow, that was some racing, y'all. That was some racing.
And that's when it just
pulled down. It just you have to be more aggressive, and that's just lack of experience.
I believe the 19 came down. Bad day for JGR.
You got to kind of be able to judge
for sure.
that. And Justin missed the judge. I don't think
Cry if Creed finishes second again.
Eckes got through. Alfredo was so close, barely gets clipped.
And you know what's tough here?
Oh, to hit my boy Sammy Smith.
Swallich went. Justin was bunching.
Yeah, and then he hit Fast Pasta.
The 18, who was fading down to be closer to the inside cars. He just didn't know the 7 was getting to his inside like that.
There goes my Sammy Smith pick.
Essentially, and that's sort of disorienting. It happens in these drafting races where you're running around at the top.
16 threaded the needle.
The line starts to move down as the intensity picks up. You start side drafting more, and therefore you're trying to follow the car in front of you as a reference.
C-string, what's up, Jason?
Different than you should be doing because you've got someone to your inside.
Hey, where old Harrison Burke? Let's see where he's at.
That's just a disagreement in real estate that ends up in the 19 turns.
13th.
Look at that. Look at those sparks coming off the 19 car.
Oof. A hard hit for Sammy Smith.
Yeah.
Alfredo.
Big hit on top there. Justin Allgaier, you see him. Look at that just spraying off the nose of that car. He made it through. I don't think he has any damage. And I would just say that when you watch this, what's hard to explain is that when you're in Allgaier's position, it's almost like you're glued to Justin. Like you get out of the gas and you're trying to get away from him, but you can't.
And it almost happens in slow motion.
It does.
And you see.
Oh yeah, look at that.
No. And then this ends up. And Justin
Allgaier just walked. Yeah.
That he felt was going to get him back in position, using the middle, which works often.
That sucks for Sammy Smith.
And it's just having someone who doesn't know you're there trying to turn down at the same time.
6
laps to go here, y'all.
To have a great day. As you see the drivers
Quaffle, Allgaier, but it looked like he's too bad.
I mean, he might win the thing.
Bad day for Junior Motorsports on a wreck here.
After he scored stage points in both Stage 1 and Stage 2, and I referenced this earlier. Jeb is a driver that last year, if there was a problem, he was in the middle of it. I mean, just wrong place, wrong time on so many occasions.
Yep.
Today, kind of been other end of the spectrum. You felt like the sport owed him one.
Is this where I tell everyone that in the pre-race, he was one of my challenge
Sheldon
picks?
Creed's good. He's in P2.
Bragging gets you nowhere with us.
It's not too early. I mean, earlier I felt like you were a little overstated. Now it's okay.
Right position.
We're going to get a restart.
See what Jesse Love is saying here.
Keeps it revved up, just like qualifying. Come to the restart before we go.
5 to go right here.
Gonna be careful. Them two right behind him will use him up. So let's be careful here.
10-4, we'll do. Yeah, we're gonna do everything we can control, and some of it we're not gonna be able to, but I'm gonna do the best we can.
Yep, you know what I mean. If I agree with him, you drag too much, they get too big a run. A lot of times he about see it himself.
Yeah,
When we take an over-under if someone's going to be on the roof before the checkered flag.
Tempo, you're doing good. Just one time, it was really close down there in turn 2.
10-4 on that.
We're out of picks. Both my guys wrecked. So Kyle, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We have had a good time. The CW, we'll see how it clears after the race is over. And we'll go from there. We're just testing it today. There will be no cams tomorrow. No cams tomorrow. Daniel, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hit that like for us, trying to get to 600 likes.
You're definitely going to do it. I'll just try to let you know best I can when he does. Copy. All right, 1 to go here at the line, choosing this time. How many to go when we go green? It's going to be...
All right, let's go back to CW.
Has been here every year dating back to 1982. This place never disappoints. several drivers in the top 10.
Because it's on HBO Max, and there won't be any cams tomorrow.
Calling the shots for Jesse Love.
They're not free like the CW is.
Stage 2.
HBO Max, people pay for those.
On the line. Who's made his way to the front, and so far has done an outstanding job of controlling
Max has cars this year, paid subscription, right?
Today, so he had worked on his super speedway racing and felt like maybe he was making too many moves in the past, and that's what you saw
Roger.
In the first 2 stages. He didn't make many moves. He wasn't trying too many things, but as we've gotten later here, he's gotten control of the race. He's making the right moves to control the lines. The only thing I'd critique from him is that it's just a little indecisive at times, and we've seen down the backstretch where he's not quite sure he wants to go to the top lane, not quite sure he's going to the bottom lane, and fading a little bit, and that can put you in a tricky position when you get late in this race and the runs
5 laps to go.
I want you guys
Pretty
to
good,
analyze
Daniel. Hope
the
you're doing well as well.
Because
Baseball
this is going to be
here.
significant. We do the choose with 4 to go. That means we'll take the green flag with 3 to go. You got to have the right partner in the draft. Love goes high. The 2-4 teammates go low.
Yeah, and I asked Jesse in the garage earlier, I'm like, look, you're leading at the end. What lane do you want to be in? And he said it's going to depend on who the pusher is, but I want to be in the outside. And we've seen that be the dominant lane all day long, Parker.
It usually is in the Xfinity car.
Picked a big wreck at the end. We'll see.
Groove gravitate up towards the wall. It's just the arrow of these cars and the way they handle. But as we get late here, it's really about your pushers, as you've said. It's just about who gets the better runs, creates momentum, and stays connected as long as you possibly can, with obviously not locking bumpers.
Right. Kim?
Yeah, you can only watch the driver cams. There is no other stuff.
It's been a lot of hard work. Take a listen to the radio.
When you tell me half of the bottom, 1 to the top, half of the bottom, 3/4 to the top, and let me know where the runs are coming, that is super helpful so I can pick which lane to pick up an air bubble push with. I'm queuing off that grate. That's how I know which lane to go pick, you know? Killing it. We'll keep this up.
So
what happens? I'm blaming the spotter.
Props to his spotter, Ben Benesh, but what you didn't hear, Brandon Benesh, but what you didn't hear there, he said, that gave me gray hairs. Daytona will give a 20-year-old gray hairs. Danny Stockman, you see on the left there, telling him, stay focused, stay on your toes. Quick movements are going to be the key here in the last few laps.
Great information from his spotter, learning, working together. And I know that I told you earlier, take a deep breath. Every one of these races I watch, when it gets down to this point, my heartbeat is higher than Matt DiBenedetto's right now. Very high, excited. I can't wait to see how this is going to play out. And if you're Jesse Love, you're like, have I chose the right line? Is that the right pusher behind me? Yep. If you're Sheldon Creed, you're like, I want to be on the front row. Because this might go side by side the rest of the race, and it could be just who gets the run off of turn 4.
This is my where the run is cleared. He is cleared by 3/4 of the double.
Oh, hold on. MRN
is headed for pit lane, and we are getting set to settle it. Jesse Love and Creed leaning on one another, coming to the start-finish line. Green is back in the air. Less than 3 laps to go. Love is going to get a fender out in front, but here comes Sheldon Creed trying to stay with the race leader stride for stride as they head to 1.
Creed did not get a great start. He's going to fall back all the way into a side-by-side battle for third with Connor Zilic. At the front of the pack, it's Jesse Love. Taylor Gray rides in the second spot.
And the top 2 are able to break away from all the side-by-side racing from third on back. It is Jesse Love, Taylor Gray, and now Sheldon Creed back up to the second spot. Momentum in the outside lane. Connor Zilic in third.
Come on, Sheldon Creed.
Surging forward, gets to the back bumper of Jesse Love, but now falls off as they go to turn 3. Love on the bottom of the racetrack. Sheldon Creed in lockstep formation right behind him.
Sheldon Creed's going to drag the brake just a bit, try to get a run built. He'll go to the outside. That lap is going to be blocked high by Jesse Love as they come to the line. 2 laps to go. Love now goes to the bottom.
Correct.
He'll pull the wheel back to the right and go top spot.
Jesse Love leads the way into the banking of turn number 1. He'll go to the bottom of the racetrack across the nose of Taylor Gray. Gray side by side with Sheldon Creed. Gray's got the edge by half a car length.
Richard Childress Racing Chevrolets have been in command of this race for much of the day. First Austin Hill, now Jesse Love. Can he hang on to the top spot for the last lap and a half? A car spun into the outside wall. Connor Zilic goes around and others become collected. Zilic, the first of about 5 cars collected as 4 more go piling into the outside wall. Christian Eck is one of them in turn number 3. Several others sliding down the banking of the racetrack. Parker Retzlaff also involved in this multi-car incident.
William Sawalich also gets a piece. We mentioned Connor Zilic finds the wall. Caution is out. They were coming to the white flag. Instead, the caution flag will wave. Ryan Ellis as well gets a piece of the action. And basically, Alex, we're going to re-rack them. We will be going into overtime to decide the United Rentals 300.
Yeah, that's something I think all of us were. Sadly, we were expecting that because with the late caution and everybody bunched back up, everybody on each other's bumpers, the pushing and shoving began, and Kyle Rickey, it ended over there for some in a heaping mess.
Connor Zilic, the first car to get involved in the incident, or the first car to spin to initiate the incident as they entered turn number 3, got hooked in the right rear, turned that car nearly head on into the outside wall, and there were several other cars in the second pack of traffic that had nowhere to go.
It's going to take taking those risks.
7 cautions today, but 4
I said 8
with a crash.
I said 8.
And all of these crashes were started by drivers that were running inside the top 7.
Yeah, you see Justin Allgaier's right there behind him. Looks like he squared up on him pretty good. I think that the 88 had to check up. He did for Sheldon Creed on the outside. And again, you don't know that when you're the 7. You're dependent on your spotter to manage all that. But there's just there's words can't come out quick enough to talk about that. You know, the checkup in front of you. And Creed's trying to manage which lane to block right here.
Big hit for Zilic.
Connor might have done differently is if he was lined up better with Creed, not so far to the left.
I think Allgaier's the one that bumped him.
He was lined up to the left so far that if he hits Creed, the speed and momentum he had, he's spinning him out. Yeah. So that was him trying to basically check up that line, but the 7 was pushing him so hard, you just can't do that.
Yeah, it's the end of these races, and you don't get mad because you want to get pushed. You know, Sheldon Creed wanted to get shoved back out front, and it's just when you're 2 or 3 back, you come out on the wrong end of it.
35, Greg Van Alst won an ARCA race here.
I got to interview Jesse Love in Victory Lane for his first ARCA win. Anyone know what track it was? I'm not sure. Which one was it, Avengers?
What I said earlier, the
well, that's very cool.
Is typically a safer place. A lot of those guys stuck by right there on the inside.
Nope, it wasn't Allgaier.
It looked like he started to get slowed down because he saw it, and who was ever behind him didn't. You saw him
trying to get to 600 likes. Help us hit that like, hit that subscribe as well. Trying to get to 29,200.
Seen them from TV, but they never
still hurt.
That never makes me not cringe. Every single time, the screeching, the crunching of metal, the slams. I just know what it feels like. I know how helpless you feel at times. You've been spun around. You're just like, don't hit something, don't hit something. Oh, it's such a helpless feeling.
Zilic got left off because Creed was braking and to get shoved and try block 2 lanes.
The 00 made a half block. It's always Sheldon Creed and something like that. You just can't race around them.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
emotions are high, right? I mean, like you're
always Sheldon
they had
Creed
a chance to win this race. And yeah, I don't blame them a bit.
I don't care if you're the cleanest driver there is. When
that's not it's Creed when it's against something.
You will be termed the worst driver that's ever been on the racetrack. That's just a normal reaction sometimes. I've said it about others.
Hey,
I've had it said
that
about
00 is a hot rod. Thank you, Derek.
They're upset about what happened there. They were in a great position, but I really didn't think Sheldon did anything particularly wrong, especially in this form of racing. And if they were lined up, just like I said, any differently, if Sheldon was
700
a little lower,
likes,
or the 88 was a little higher,
not the broadcast. There's nothing going on right now.
Propel the 00 forward.
Free racing from Daytona. We're going to overtime.
Can
Jesse Love hang on?
We going to OT, baby.
Perfectly out onto the front straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air, and Alex.
All right, so we are at a commercial break from either one. Cams are on a commercial break as well. We thank you for hanging out with us on the Go at CeeLo today for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Tomorrow, right here, the stream is not up yet, but it will be tonight for the Daytona 500, the 67th running of the Daytona 500. We will be live tomorrow for pre-race ceremonies and everything. I think it's 11:45, but we'll have that up for you and ready to go. So make sure you join us tomorrow right here on the channel. We're going to have a great chat. We're going to have a great time. The emojis, the redeems, all that good stuff. And we're going to throw all this together to make it look good for you guys. and have some fun. But make sure you subscribe. And tomorrow you get 2 pies to the face. 2 pies to the face tomorrow as well. Early start, yes, because they moved up the time for the 500 because of the rain. CeeLo kind of looks like Sheldon Creed. I don't know about that. Thank you, Jimmy, for subscribing as well. Appreciate it. Tom, CeeLo, Grossi. I don't know about that. But we're glad you guys are here. Grossi brings in like 4,000 or 6,000 people. Don't even compare me. We'll see what happens here. Taylor's right up there. We got Jesse Love, Taylor Gray, Sam Mayer. I see you, Mayer. Sheldon Creed, John Burton, Carson Quaffle, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, and Jordan Anderson.
I got a little trivia for the 2 of you.
Uh-oh. I love trivia.
How many cars not involved in an accident today?
JH, 30,000 subs. We'll see.
Don't look at the screen.
No, I'm just guessing. I'm guessing.
No, you were looking.
Looking for a lifeline.
8.
I'm going to say 7.
Go 8?
7.
10.
Oh, wow.
Oh! I was right.
Is it going to be the 2?
5 minutes, okay?
I was closest.
Hey, and we talk about this elite rookie
Is it going to be the 54?
6 of our 8 rookies have been involved in an accident today.
Not my man.
Honestly,
not yet, my man, but you're getting there. Always 1K for NASCAR stream. Thank you, buddy.
And that would be the 26 of Dean Thompson, scoring
Is it going to be the 54
in both stages, and he'll restart just
outside
the top 10. Is it going to be the
4 of Sam Mayer?
Adam, I
the
appreciate
00?
you having fun, but I'm serious. I want to know about this choose. We're getting ready to win a race.
All right.
Okay?
It's going to be important.
Yeah.
We'll watch the choose as we get a report from Kim.
Yeah, Danny Stockman calls the shots for Jesse Love, who's at the point. Jesse telling you on the radio, this was giving him gray hair. She said, breathe. What do you want to see from your driver in this overtime restart?
I'd like to see what he's been doing the last 20 or 30 laps. He's done a great job controlling the race, top to bottom, and the car's obviously got a lot of speed to be able to do that. So it's stressful. It'd sure be nice to leave here with
I want to see Sheldon Creed with it.
A nice summer.
Who's more stressed, you or Jesse at this point?
Probably Jesse. I've been doing this a long time.
Wouldn't it be funny if Hamlin pushes Bubba to the victory tomorrow? Man.
A February Daytona race, so this would be pretty awesome.
Good luck.
Thank you.
If you go back almost 15 years, Danny Stockman was on the pit box with Austin Dillon. He won Rookie of the Year. The next year, he was the Xfinity Series champion. Yep. And you look at what Love and Stockman were able to do together last year, and say all signs point toward him really being a player for the title this year. And this is his only career win.
Be it a green and checkered flag finish, or if there's an incident and the caution flag flies, then the field will be frozen, and NASCAR will determine who was out front when the field is frozen when the caution is called, and that will be the winner of the race. However, we'll take the green flag to start an overtime. If there's a caution before the race leader takes the white flag on the next lap, we'll slow everybody down, re-rack them, and do it all over again.
Unlimited attempts, and that's something that is not new. We've done it for a couple of years now. There was no overtime, and then we had a certain number of sets of overtime. The reason why we do this the way we do, NASCAR wants the fans to, when they get done listening to Motor Racing Network, watching on our television partner CW, or here in the stadium at Daytona, they want to give the fans a green flag finish. However, there are boundaries, and that's why once that white flag comes out, the next flag will end the race, whether it's yellow or whether it's the black and white checkered flag. If everybody minds their P's and Q's, we should be able to see a sprint back to the checkered flag and not see the yellow flag. Let's cross our fingers and hope we get exactly that here in just a few moments.
So let's verify with our lead pit reporter Steve Post on the Sunoco fuel scenario. There are different drivers with different pitting scenarios ongoing, like Justin Allgaier and Josh Williams in the top 10. They were last on pit road on lap 81. Some came on lap 91, some lap 87. Steve Post, are you hearing anybody that may be concerned if they have enough fuel in the tank for all these overtime?
There's not a lot of concern. All the drivers, every time the caution come out, one of the things that the spotters tell the drivers, crew chief, save fuel, save fuel. It's kind of the mantra every time the caution comes out. I think we're were good for a little bit. I don't have any sense of emergency or direness with Taylor Gray and Sam Mayer. There are a couple of the front runners up here. I feel like they were good. They pitted on lap 87, so they've got a little bit of a window to get to the end of this. Not hearing a lot as far as fuel concern goes, other than the just save me some if you can.
And I know there's got to be a sigh of relief to driver and crew chief alike, Alex, because we've been at these super speedways where we've literally had cars running on the apron with multiple attempts at an overtime finish and just wondering and waiting, do they have enough fuel in the tank? And on some occasions, they haven't, and they've run out trying to get to the checkers.
So let's hope everybody does indeed have enough in the tank, and they're going to stay on the banking. And that's critical under these slower caution speeds. Even though they're running 70 miles an hour, the fuel pickup for these cars is in the right rear corner of the fuel cell. So when you're at speed, even though you're on the banking, that inertia pushes that fuel to the right rear corner. But when you're running slower speeds under caution, that fuel will go ahead and slide down to the left side of the fuel tank.
So the field has gotten the one-to-go signal. They're in the banking of turns 3 and 4 in front of Tim Catalfemo.
Side by side, about 15 rows deep behind the white and blue Chevrolet Corvette pace vehicle. Jesse Love has picked the top side of the racetrack. To his left shoulder is going to be Sam Mayer. Mayer has his teammate Sheldon Creed stacked up right behind him.
And that Corvette will make the left-hand turn and go on to the pit lane. They got to wait till they get back to the restart zone just at the entrance of the tri-oval before the race leader and control car, Jesse Love, gets on the gas. He does so right now. Overtime on the season opener for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Jesse Love on the outside lane puts the squeeze on Sam Mayer down low.
Tries to squeeze him down toward the double yellow line and impinge on his racing room, and it's going to work. Jesse Love slides down across the nose.
Came back from earlier.
Will take the lead. Mayer rides in second.
And they are tight at the exit of turn 2. The top two are able to break away from the rest of the field for just a moment. Here comes Taylor Gray trying to get it wound up in the outside lane. He wants to challenge for the race lead, but it's Jesse Love in the corner.
Jesse Love trying to keep the field at bay behind him. He looks in his rearview mirror, sees Sam Mayer and Taylor Gray double wide for the second spot. It's Love, the leader, off 4.
Here they come, racing out of turn number 4 into the tri-oval at Daytona International Speedway. White flag is in the air, but now they're crashing. Massive crash at the start-finish line. Justin Allgaier, Ryan Sieg, half a dozen cars are collected as they were just crossing the start-finish line. We're going to have to wait to see if the white and yellow are waving together. Did the white come out before the yellow flag? We are in another freeze-the-field situation. As the leaders came to the line, a massive crash took out maybe a half dozen, 8, 9 cars as they all got collected and are torn up now exiting the tri-oval.
A huge crash here, and that was literally right just feet from the start-finish line and the white flag. NASCAR Race Control said the finish is under review as we sit right now. So you're right. Did they call the caution, and did the caution lights come on before the leader got to the white flag at the start-finish line? NASCAR Race Control, through the pane of glass directly to our left, is looking at it right now.
And NASCAR has declared that Jesse Love has won the United Reynolds 300. Jesse right now coming through the tri-oval, coming to the start-finish line. The checkered flag and the caution flag are waving, and Jesse Love will win the first race of the 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. Let's go to pit road.
Danny Stockman, the crew chief, just got the fist pump, the high fives from the crew. Danny, your young driver last year set the world on fire winning at Talladega, but to back it up this year to kick off the 2025 season with a win at Daytona in that fashion, how proud of you for your young driver?
I mean, I've been bragging about this kid for the last 2 months about the effort that he's been putting in, and it's showing. We had a great test at Rockingham a few weeks ago. We ended the season really, really good, and the kid just puts in the work. He works just as hard as I do and just as hard as this team, and it's all going to come together. I feel it.
Go celebrate.
Thank you very much.
Danny Stockman, winning crew chief. Jesse Love, the winner at Daytona.
What a drive for Jesse Love. He earned it. He dominated the closing laps of this one, did what he needed to do.
Oh, man.
Good to see all these drivers climbing from their cars.
Just racing.
Sheldon Creed
Allgaier got destroyed. He did.
Taylor Gray right there. Oh. So Justin Allgaier tried to get down to the middle there was a lot of sort of slam drafting, as I like to call it, where you're just taking huge runs and running in the back of the car in front of you, which causes a lot of moving around. And Justin tried to get down into 32 there. If Jordan Anderson was there, I just don't think he knew it. He turns down and cuts down the racetrack, and then that right rears Josh Williams in front of the field. And Jeb Burton, unfortunately, who had a great run going. Ryan Sieg involved. And obviously all the cars that are now just...
It's very similar to the same thing that happened with Allgaier and Bunsen New York, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's 2 inches and you think you're clear or you don't know they're there.
And it's going to be tight.
They checked up right there in front of Allgaier, and that's why he went to the bottom. He lost a little bit of his momentum.
And he was maybe an inch clear 100 feet earlier, and then by the time he wanted to make that move, it wasn't there anymore. Hurting the grass before the Daytona 500. I was very careful about it. I will say. Yes, I
don't think Jesse Love cares what they think about the grass. Good for him. Burn it down. Enjoy it. I mean, he got to win at Daytona.
Hey, man, it's awesome.
There's really no feeling like after this burnout, taking your helmet off, getting out, standing on the door, getting on the roof.
You're welcome.
And looking
See you tomorrow.
Enormous grandstands, the fans. It's one of the greatest feelings in life.
RCR.
I'm so excited.
His first win.
Oh, hang on. Oh. That's great.
He came out of the roof.
We talked to Danny Stockman, the crew chief, earlier today. He said, I'm telling you, he switched on.
Oh, yeah.
And he turned it up big time late in this race. Leading 30 laps.
You're welcome, Christopher. It was fun. It was good times.
What a celebration. What a night ahead. Here's Dylan.
And Jesse Love, the celebration down here. There's so much debris down here from not only the crash, but just the tire debris that he left here on the start-finish line. He's going to run up here and get a well-deserved checkered flag. Second career win in the Xfinity Series and first here at Daytona. And a hug with crew chief Danny Stockman.
Oh, it's all right, Pass. Thank you for watching over it, man. I appreciate you. Mad Steve, yes, sir.
Jesse, let's talk about this. That restart move, when you got down in front of the 41, did you realize how close that was, and why did you feel like that was the right move to make at that time?
I just listened to the guy up there, Brandon Benesh. I am so out of breath. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. Man, just so thankful to the good Lord above put me in this position. So many people have helped me get to this point. Billy Venturini, Shane Rush, the people that taught me how to race here at Daytona. Thank you,
Thank you, Lone Wolf, again, buddy.
Our ECR, Richard Childress Racing, everybody back at welcome. Bummer what happened to 21. I'm not sure what happened, but he was really dominant tonight.
He looks 12.
You know, we're working on changing our culture here at RCR. We're winners. We know we are. We all want to win a championship for Richard Childress. So, man, that thing was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and I'm ready to go get to Atlanta.
Welcome, Roger.
Now, so it was awesome.
You obviously saw how good your teammate was. When he went out, did that give you even that much more confidence that you had the same quality of race car and the ability to do what he did at the front?
I couldn't see him. You know, he was so far forward, and man, once I got up front, I think Danny wanted to take sixth there behind the Haas cars, but I had to see what his baby had out front. We didn't get to qualify, and it takes me a little bit to get up front sometimes. I'm trying to play chess nowadays and not checkers at Daytona. So, man, I'm lost for words. It's Daytona. I always cry here when I do the national anthem. I'm starstruck. I love Florida. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. This place is super special to me. And you guys are as good as Talladega fans now.
Danny, one more thing, Jesse. Danny said that he thought you were more nervous than he was under that yellow. Were you nervous?
Josh Wise changed my life the other week, helping me compartmentalize my mind and know it's easy to, because the green white checkers suck. And I take a lot of what Josh Weiss says to heart, and I just kind of tapped into a mindset of no fear, no emotion, and no, I guess, anxiety, right? Just straight will to succeed and will to win. And thank you to everybody at Wise Optimization, Scott Speed, Josh, Shane Stratton, and man, just excited to go celebrate my guys. My pit crew did a phenomenal job today, and these J-Board Chevrolets really good. We finally got a win for the wheeling car. That makes it even more special.
Go celebrate. Congratulations. Jesse Love, a winner at Daytona.
He's a USAC champ. He's an ARCA champ. He's a winner at Daytona for the second consecutive year. He's going to the playoffs in the Xfinity Series. And a message to
Muted. Sorry. What I was asking was, what I was saying was last year's race, didn't Jesse Love dominate this race or dominate the third stage, and he almost won, but then something happened at the end of the race to make Austin Hill win? What happened there? Yeah, I'm talking to himself again. What was it? Let me know. Am I right? No, that was Atlanta. Okay, Bronny, thank you. Okay, there we go. All right. Thank you for that, Bronny, because I thought it was here. But, okay, so Austin Hill won here last year. I couldn't remember. But thank you guys so much for the fun. We had a good time. Let's go through the field really quick, and then we'll call it a night. And then we'll see how this all processes, and we'll go from there. Jesse Love, number 1, gets his first ever win. Sam Mayer, I see you, Mayer. In 2, Sheldon Creed, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. He's never going to win a race. Maybe this year with that 00 car. Carson Waffle in 4th. Jordan Anderson Racing in 5th. Harrison Burton, there's my dark horse. Good ride for him in 6th. We could read your hand sign language. Jeremy Comets in 8th. Patrick Emmerling in 9th. Taylor Gray 10th. Matty D in 11th. Christian Eckes 12th. Caesar there in 13th. Josh Balicki in 14th. After getting hammered by the Hour Motorsports 5, he finished 14th. Joey Gase 15th. John Burton 16th. 17th Ryan Truex. 18th Justin Allgaier. 19th Ryan Sieg. 20th Josh Williams. 21st Leland Honeyman. 22nd Fast Pasta. And then all these cars were a lap down. Ryan Ellis, Sammy Smith, Justin Bonzor with the crash, Grant Benzel as well, Connor Zilich, Swallowich, Retzlaff, Brennan Poole, Smithley, Chris Wright, Austin Hill, Blaine Perkins, Nick Sanchez, Dirty Nick Sanchez, Kyle Sieg, Brandon Jones, and Danny Dye was last place. So there you go. And we said 8 cautions. I picked 8 cautions. I'm getting the 8 cautions. 8's about right, y'all. 8 is about right on the cautions. But great race. And the Xfinity Series is kicking off. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the likes. We got 636 likes. If you're watching a replay, hit it, like for us, subscribe. We're on our way to 30K. Can't believe it. But thank you guys so much. I want to thank my lovely wife, Spain, for all the lovely wife things that she does. I want to thank my mods for moderating. I want to thank my members for their hard-earned money and then giving back to the channel. And I want to thank the ones that have subscribed today. Here we go. You ready? Bill Davis, Jimmy McCon, Jake Fletcher, Kim Passionate Crafts, Brian, Ryan Jeplick, Leon Hart, Ethan Peters, Jay Vallon, Brady the Cool Cow, Robin Stano, James O'Neill Brown, Bubba J Dipping Channel, Mini Bike Mob, Robert Brett Schneider, Joey Bloom, Ripnit Wally, Jordan Martinka, Lori Clayton, Stevie E, Mano Julio D Neto, Lori became a member. She's a member for 3 months. Lori, thank you. Doris, Carter, Brando, Florida State Racing Photos. Ira became a member. Thanks for that. David, Cad, Oscar Breuer, James Atkins, Janet Thomas, Mazda Speed J, Terry Swannell, T. Cook, Yura H. Golden Gargoyle is a subscriber. Fleeced became a member. Thank you, Fleeced. Dave Black became a subscriber. Janet gave me a $2 super chat. Grateful Dad gave a $10 super chat. Melanie became a member. Judy became a subscriber. Holly B became a member again. I see you, Holly. Deborah, Carrie, Connor, Alvarez, Ann, and Tessa for subscribing today during this race. And here is Sam Mayer. I see you, man.
But so far, so good. The Rockingham test was really good. This was
no,
really
that's not
good.
Sam Mayer. Yeah, it is Sam Mayer.
There's
The
lots
41.
of positivity going around. Huge shout out to the guys at Haas Factory that build these race cars.
Daytona has not been your friend in the past. In fact, super speedways have not been your friend. First top 5 finish here at Daytona. What clicked today?
First top 5 finish, yikes. Yeah, we kind of just did everything that we wanted to. The car was capable of it, and Tyler Green up on the roof. He's new to me, so we worked really well together today. So I'm super pumped to see what we can do the rest of the year. Obviously, going into Atlanta next week is it's another fun one for us. So we'll get to see how it goes, but there's just a lot of positivity going on right now.
A solid finish for Sam Mayer and this team as he starts the season with Haas Factory. Carla.
Yeah, here with Connor Zilic at the Medical Center. Pretty hard hit for you to end this race, but you were able to keep your car on the track in this one. And despite the early damage on, what did you learn about your team in this one?
Yeah, I learned a ton. I'm glad we were able to get going after the damage. You know, our WeatherTech Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity Mobile, and that's why it hurts even more to be standing here right now. But glad I was able to run a lot of laps. Unfortunate, you know, what happened there at the end, just kind of late blocks and getting pushed, and you know, not a lot I really think I could have done there. Just unfortunate. Wow, I was high, but glad I'm okay after that one. You know, thank you to the entire Junior Motorsports team for building safe race cars, and excited to go to Atlanta next weekend and get another shot at it.
Yeah, and your good buddy Jesse Love taking the checker tonight. You're pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy for him. You know, we're best friends, and as much as we may joke on Twitter or whatever it may be, you know, I love him like a brother, and really happy for him.
All right, thanks, Connor. Dylan.
Sheldon.
Here's Sheldon Creed. One more and we'll go.
Get run over by their car here. When you look back on that, maybe things you could have done differently, is there anything that jumps out at you?
Yeah, I don't know. Getting control of the race, obviously. I mean, I tried to go by the 2 there with, I don't know, 20 to go, and got by him once, and then got next to him another time, and just didn't quite have the help out back that I needed. The RCR car was just really fast, and he could rebound really quickly, like as I'd go by him. He could rebound and go right back by me, where it took me a couple laps to kind of think it out. So overall, I know we talked before, I would just go try to be aggressive and keep myself up front, and I thought we did all that well. So just appreciative of everyone at Haas Factory team and friend of Jacqueline, and a really fast Ford Mustang Dark Horse tonight.
We go to another drafting track next week. It's different in Atlanta, but does what you learned in the approach that you took today, does that kind of mentality apply to next week too?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think everyone's kind of catching on. If you marry yourself too much to your manufacturer cars or teammates, you just get passed. So just trying to change the approach a little bit with our teammates and attack more. And yeah, I think handling will be a little more of an issue where it's really not here. And yeah, just happy with another good start to a season, and yeah, ready to get through Atlanta and get to real racetracks.
Good start for sure.
All right, so Sheldon Creed said he tried. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We tried to. All right, hope you guys had a good time. We're out of here. Have a good time. I'm going to transfer you to our good friend Samwelb12 The Experience. He's doing some hockey. Please go there and hit the like for us. Give him a subscribe as well. He does a great job on some NHL hockey. The Battle of the World, I believe it's called. I'll tell you exactly what it's I think it's USA versus Canada. I think it is. Hold on a second here. I think it's USA versus Canada. It is USA versus Canada, and the epic hockey 4 nations face off. So make sure you go say hi to Sam. We're going to send you over there to him to redirect. We hope you had a good time and appreciate it. But tell my man Sam I said hello, and tell him I said go USA as you redirect over there. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what time we'll be on, but look for the notification. Will be up in the morning, and we'll also post something on our community section tomorrow morning. So I hope you guys are ready for the Daytona 500. The end of Speed Week's coming, And good night, everybody. CeeLo's out, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.